Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, time to see the new screen. Whoa, hi, Zion.
Oh, hello. Treasure just went live.
Ah, I see.
Around.
Yeah.
Did you
He
put a
just- he
filter on
just-
you?
Yes, for this.
You put a cartoonia filter fig on.
Yes, I did. Those people see me better.
Hopefully that won't. I was gonna say hopefully that won't actually ramp up the fucking GPU usage, because sometimes filters can do that.
So far we're good. Hello, welcome to a game I'd started playing a while back, and I've decided whatever Wednesdays I want to play what I want, so I'm going to start a new game of this game. Also, Scion, you're on the spray paint. I'm going to move you. Get over here.
Hey, you put me here. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not my fault you didn't bother checking all this. Oh, it's because you're using groups. Ugh.
There you are. Anyway. New game.
Oh,
so,
God.
This game is an interactive novel and is based in Europe with accurate Latin history.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually going to choose these stylized fonts just because, one, I can actually read these. I had to learn how to read these. And two, what's interesting about this is the type of script used determines the status of the character.
Right.
The reason I bring that up as interesting is because sometimes the status of a character can change. So their script will change mid-sentence as you learn more about them. So it's interesting. Also, this may or may not be a murder mystery.
Those are always fun.
But also, I get to flex my history knowledge on this. In principio erit verbum et no. Let's start over, shall we?
Just words.
No, it's Latin. Because we are currently in the scriptorium.
Alright, where's this? So these things.
So, one thing I've learned about this game from seeing other playthroughs is the start and end of the game are more or less the same, but the choices you make change the paths along the way.
Okay.
So you can actually make a bunch of different stories out of this one.
Ah.
I think that the ending itself doesn't change, only who is there.
Yeah.
But also I love this medieval Latin artwork. And for those who don't know, this is before the age of printers. So if you were to get books like this, you would have to go to a scriptorium, more than likely at a monastery or Catholic church, where monks would painstakingly take any form of educated literature and rewrite them page by page, letter by letter, by hand.
Always fun.
It's how history was kept. An artist
Yeah.
sleeps. So this artist is us.
It's us?
Yes. We
He's
are
a
always
sleepy boy.
Andreas. But we can change. I'll bring this up as it comes, but we get to decide his background too, and what kind of education he had. Education in this day and age is a frivolity beyond a luxury. And the abbot said to me, Andreas, I don't want you distracting sisters in the library. I need you to finish the commission by the end of April. Keep your conversations with Brother Piero to a minimum. So when something is highlighted like this, you can, I think you can click on the word directly. And yeah, it gives you a picture of who the character is.
Fair enough.
Which is nice for note-taking. I am sharing in chat, by the way, Sion. This is nice so that if you're bad at note-taking or bad at paying attention to a story, you can always click on the red highlight to see like who a character is. Or if you're not a history buff, they will give cliff notes to like things you need to know about this day and age.
Fair enough.
That everyone would know. I need you to finish this commission by the end. The end of April. Isn't that much earlier than you were expecting? Yes, he told me I had until the Ides of May. Asshole. It's not like he's gonna pay you any more, is he? He has no appreciation for the cost of your sweat. The yield of labor should be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-improvement. Oh wait, I horribly misread that. Sorry, Socrates. Personal satisfaction doesn't put much food on the table, though, does it?
How do you reply to the abbot, Andreas?
Said I'd do my best to get it done by April. I told them it would be done when it was done, sometime before the Ides of May. I tried to keep it working. That's what I like to hear. What's he going to do? Find someone else to finish your work before May? It's true, making enemies with the abbot may not be wise, but he needs your work.
Doing the world work its own virtue, regardless of what the abbot may think. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you may return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master await you.
I'm hungry.
For those who don't know, Nuremberg, a free imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center in the City of Arts, including printing. If we want a specific time for this, the game is set around 1517.
Righty, right.
Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal.
Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher.
Oh, Jesus, then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty, at least? That's what my brother said in his letter, but maybe he's trying to lift my spirits. The small portrait they sent was lovely, but artists can be flatterers. Who knows, that's not why I'm doing it anyway. That's true.
It's growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us.
Ah, true, your majesty.
Will you visit us again soon?
Well, I can't always dream of this place, your majesty.
Of course. If you're not here tomorrow night, I pray you will be somewhere pleasant. Grobian, please see Andreas safely home.
Of course, your majesty.
Until next time, Andreas.
There's something about a saint being depicted as a jester that I find interesting.
Because the jester's also just belching at the top of his lungs.
Yeah. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. Ow! At least if they'd stop stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. They're fools, Andreas. No point in to teach them anything. I know old John wants you to endure Abbott's shit, but since I took you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run you ragged, boy. He's just trying to keep the order in the Abbey. I'm an outsider. Right, an outsider he brought in. If he wants your work, he has to deal with you as you are. Ow! God damn it! Ah! Would you please stop? Ow! I give up. Take me home, Grobin. As you wish, Andreas.
Sorry, Groban.
Grobian. St. Grobian.
Oh, I thought it was Josh Groban for a minute. Then thinking, oh no, it's Josh Groban.
Good morning, Ursula.
Oh, mother.
Just poked me
Just
awake with a
Urza?
stick. Time to get up.
I should have fucking formatted these a bit
The Baron,
better.
April 1518. Okay, 1518. I was wrong.
I'm gonna have to make these into a different file format. Fuck me.
Cicatrix, Key of Solomon, Heptameron, Prior Fenric. Prior Fenric keeps giving me all these books to read. Okay, so this fellow is the Prior. I have to remember that face. I really should clean this up.
Three.
Just tabbed access quests. There we go. Prime hour 6. Another day, another few pages of the Abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town to head up to the Abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. I like the clear points where ink starts to dry out and then they dip the pen back in. That's a nice little detail.
Mm-hmm. You're a nice detail.
What? I'm only a detail.
Oh no, existentialism's catching up.
What?
Don't worry about it. It's just
Under a... Bye.
that was a good conversation we just had. Then whoever you are,
Hello, Clara. Well, it was a small child. Good morning, Andreas.
did-
Sleep well?
do I look like I
The
slept
best-
well?
Well,
The
thank you.
best detail. A bunch of small details put in together becomes the best detail of them all. You can put more details upon details and it just goes. And then, bam,
That's a picture.
something curved. Yeah. So then you're the best picture. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I
I
just
adore you.
let my brain I just let my brain do the thing. I read. It
No,
went on auto. It was auto saying stuff while I'm just like trying to refill something.
Oh. Aha, that felt really good. Ow. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from Albans. Otto wanted me to ask you to join him for dinner at the Abbey. Okay, so that fellow's Otto. Otto stopped by. Yes, around dawn. Here you are, Andreas. That's too kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Master Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could... I also like that if a mistake is made, sometimes they'll, like, they'll write the sentence once, and then if letters are in the wrong place, they'll erase and rewrite them.
Yeah.
I know these seem like annoying things, like, why couldn't you just write it correctly the first time? And it's like, again, it's an artistic detail. I appreciate stuff like that. I mean, would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen? Groschen, a type of thick silver coin minted throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Groschen are typically worth 12 pfennigs, but may be minted at different values. I guess in modern terms, this would be like pennies to silver. Basically, this would be... Huh. Let's say rent is about 45 cents. Just roll with it. They're asking if they can rate...
I mean, I was gonna say back then, that probably would have been accurate at the very least.
Mhm. So they're asking to raise rent by about 20 more cents. Actually, no, 25 more cents. I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it, even more than usual. I mean... Oh. Of course, there's no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. Wait. I'm not sure how to respond to this. Rent wasn't due until the beginning of May. Yes, Andreas, you can spare them the money. It will ease their burden. You must take the consequences of inaction into account. What is this shit? Don't they pay taxes every year? Why is this falling on you to fix?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Well, because we're an outsider that's staying in this village.
Uh-huh.
You must take the consequences of inaction into account. You're under no obligation to pay, but the Gartners will suffer for it. I want to help them, but I don't want to be taken advantage of. That's fair. This is not out of the question. Yes, I can take care of that. I promise nothing. We'll see what I can do. Like, were these taxes unexpected? But I don't want to seem ungrateful either, you know?
Mm.
I mean that's fair.
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but I don't want to seem like a pushover. Were these taxes unexpected? Peter says our taxes didn't go up for years, but ever since we've been worried, ever since we've been married, it's just gone up and up. It used to be that we didn't have the money, we could make a payment with some of our crops. The abbot stopped that last year. Now if we don't get a good price from the miller, it's hard to get the abbot his share. I see. I know it's not your problem, Andreas, and Peter's too proud to ask you himself. You find it in your heart to help us out. Okay.
Every time I hear... Sorry to interrupt, but just like every single time I hear Andreas, I'm thinking Atreus. I'm thinking, oh, we're playing God of War now? Just my brain just like, oh, Atreus. But no, it's just like, sorry, continue what you're doing.
We don't want him to lose more of his precious hair. Oh, bless you, Andreas, and may Saint Luke watch over you today. Oh, God bless you. Interesting. Any form of religious phrasing is written in...
Hang on a second, Tracy. Is this going on YouTube, by the way?
Yes.
Urza, do you mind just muting yourself? Makes it easy for Tracy's video.
What?
Okay,
It's just the noises you're making. It just might be a little bit distracting for when this goes up on YouTube.
Oh,
well,
sorry.
well,
I'm on mute now.
It's okay, babe. I was just going to say I find it interesting that any religious text is written in last and written in red. Right, St. Luke.
Okay.
St. Luke, Christian evangelist and patron saint of the artists and physicians, often represented by a winged bull. Hang on, I'm being messaged by Mama Cat. 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, that's wrong. Wrong files in the wrong fucking place. Shit. So these are wrong. Wouldn't know why the... Fuck's sake.
And for the record, baby, I don't mind if you make noise. I don't mind. I can just raise my...
I was just more thinking because I wasn't like obviously trying to like say anything. I was just more thinking like, oh, okay, this is going on YouTube. I thought like it might just be a little like some people may not like that noise and stuff like that. I was thinking more like that. I wasn't trying to like come off as like, oh, hey, just noises are going to be annoying to people. No, I was just thought for, like YouTube stuff, it might just be easier. But like if there's a like it's up to you. I shouldn't have. It's my fault for saying something.
Okay. Mama Cat has been consoled.
That's good. Glad to hear.
Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the Divine Office that Prior Farring allows me to work on my masterpiece. The Divine Office, the prayer times observed by all Christian monastic orders. Monks and nuns pray together 7 times a day, once at night, and once at night, as indicated by the rule of St. Benedict. That is correct. A reasonable restriction, but slow gang? Oh, going.
What does he mean by that?
The city council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making him mostly to show clients and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. Nuremberg to university, and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after a few missteps, some wandering, a little too much fun. Some wandering. Must be rather frightening starting all over again. I owe it to my family to make something of my life. It is, but I know this is what I want to do. See, this is what I like is, even though we're playing as a character, Andreas the artist, we get to mold his backstory however we want. And it affects his personality throughout the game.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. This will be remembered.
Oh, is that a threat or a promise?
Both. So the
it's even worse.
So, like I said, the endings are more or less set in stone. It's just who is where at the end.
Yeah.
But the choices you make affect your path and how you get there.
Yeah.
Right. Certainly not anyone in Tassing. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketch such beautiful things in your little book. There you go. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It is. Well, it's hard to say until it's done. That's no way to think about it. I'm sure it will be a treasure when it's finished. I have to get back to my own work.
A treasure.
Treasure.
There's a treasure you play in the treasure. Treasureception.
Do. Okay, let's see. Have a good day, Andreas. We'll see you at Vespers for supper. Vespers, monastic hour at dusk. One of the major prayer hours. It is followed by supper. Basically, that would be roughly 4 or 5 p.m. because they don't have an actual, like, proper clock or timekeeping. So the way they tell time is by the position of the sun.
Yeah.
How did I thank you? Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course, please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course, until later, Clara.
I thought you said drunkers. I'm thinking, who the drunkers? Are they constantly drunk?
Nope, it's a name.
Oh, I know that. It's just I never really hear the word drucker. I haven't heard that in like such a long time. It's definitely like a ye olde name.
I was gonna make a joke about this guy being Big John, but his name is actually Big Jorg.
I figured it's meant to be York.
Morning, Andreas.
Morning, Big Jorg. How's it going? You working today?
Oh, bloody hell, it's you. What the fuck are you still doing here?
Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. You hit a big rock with a plow and it took God knows how long to pull it out. You off to the Abbey?
Every day but Sunday.
Right, thank God for Sundays.
What's up?
Nothing. It's just like you said. I saw the Lord like flash red, and it was just like it caught me off guard. And figured, wait, why is it that one word that's like just like taking a while for it to fade in? It's like those are meant to be like keywords you're meant to be paying attention to.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like anything that's religious is written in last. Like the name of the Lord is the last thing written into a sentence. That's actually true to when like they would rewrite the Bible. Anytime
Ah, okay.
God or Lord or like His Eminence, it would be the last thing written in the sentence, so it gets the most priority.
Yeah.
That's why the spacing in the old Bibles would be so weird, because they would make sure they had enough space to write God or Lord or insert holy honorific here.
Yeah.
Smells like a storm's coming, no?
Just smells like fresh alpine air to me.
You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent your Wanda? Oh, Wanderjare? Oh, that's a real word. Wanderjare, wandering years, during which a journeyman artist or craftsman travels far and wide to improve their skills. Oh, it's like, I don't want to say a sabbatical. Shit. I actually know this word. It's like an artist migration
Mhm.
where they take like a spiritual journey for inspiration.
Yeah.
Right before you came to Tassing.
Okay, so now I get to choose my background. If I'm from Basile, Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basile and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. The Low Countries, Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. Italy, Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. I'm torn between Low Countries and Italy. If I was an artist, I feel like I would come from Venice, so Italy.
You think?
Italy, Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. And again, we can pull these out. Milan, one of the largest cities in Europe, Milan was once a major city-state in the Italian peninsula before becoming part of the Spanish Habsburg Empire. It is an economic and cultural power due to its position along central trade routes. Florence is home to the powerful Medici family who ruled the city for centuries. Florence is known for its artistic patronage, hosting artists and thinkers including Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli, and Machiavelli. Oh, that is quite a lineup.
Yeah.
Machiavelli is an interesting read, by the way, if anyone has ever read The Prince and Other Notes.
Mhm.
It's an interesting thinker. Venice, one of the most powerful republics in the Italian peninsula, sitting on the northwest coast of the Adriatic Sea. Venice is a major center for commerce and art in southern Europe. All correct.
Italy? No wonder your senses are dull. You've been down there too long.
Yeah,
Spend
that's
enough
rude.
time. Spend enough time in these mountains, you'll be able to smell a storm coming.
How long will that take?
10, 15 years.
I don't think I have that long, Big York.
What'd you spend all that time in Italy doing anyway? Other than art, I mean.
So now we get to pick a subsection of background. Which, by the way, these 5 artists, or these 5 sections change based on which background I chose.
Oh, okay.
Some of them repeat, but I'm pretty sure that each one gets like 5 different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mommy Cat again. Hedonist, Andreas seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. He's extremely social and quite experienced in all the enjoyable vices of the world. Drinking, smoking, gambling, and prostitutes.
Ah, the fun part of the Middle Ages.
Italy had a history of fraternizing. Craftsman,
Oh no,
Andre.
not Not fraternizing.
Andreas lives to work and dedicates all his time to his art. Bookworm. Andreas spends all his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Rapscallion. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. Businessman. Andreas devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, marking investments, and balancing his books. I'm gonna go with Bookworm, because I'm a bookworm. Reading mostly, and talking about books, I couldn't get enough of it. Venice is filled with incredible printers. Florence continues to illuminate beautiful manuscripts. And the books they produce are treasures, every one.
I didn't realize that books meant that much to you. I've seen Father Thomas's Bible and a few other books. I haven't had much use for reading, though.
Father Thomas is an interesting fellow. Oh yeah, keep an eye on that one.
Anyway, I have to get going.
Yarg, let's go!
Dad's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas.
Until later.
Shut up, Dad.
I'm a big boy. I do big boy things, god damn it.
Andreas? Ill Peter. God bless you. Andreas.
Oh, yes, Andreas. This weather's been god-awful. The town's gone to shit since my days.
I don't think the townsfolk can do much about the weather. Were things very different when you were young?
As different as beer and piss.
Damn.
This old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to the Perkta to keep the skies clear. The weather fair.
Oh, interesting. This was a pagan village. Ricta, pagan goddess of the Alps, associated with animals and spinning wool. She is still invoked by some Christians in Austria, Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia. So, for those who don't know, one of the biggest things that the Christian movement did was not necessarily erase pagan gods and pagan religions from the... Where does it go? Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyway, the... Give me a second.
That's fine, go for it.
Okay, sorry about that. Just had to manage some personal stuff. Seems like the whole universe is just having a bad day today.
Oh, you want to go? You want to see Bad Universe flipping? Zenny basically changed our stream day to be Tuesday. Okay. And the reason why she did that though is because Thursday kept having problems, so she intentionally made it Tuesday and trying to get everything done on the weekend. So I went no distractions. And literally twice, I shit you not, the 2 sessions we've had in like the past 2 weeks, it's been nothing but interruption after interruption after interruption.
Ew.
Like yesterday, like it gone so bad that Zenny wasn't even there for like the vast majority of the stream. Like that's how bad it got, and she felt bad. So next week we're hoping to do 2 sessions.
Hope things work out.
It's just one of those things you can't really control though. It's just like just helping out a family because she lives with her grandparents, so she wants to make sure they're not pushing themselves.
Gotcha. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Christian movement.
Yes.
Instead of just outright eradicating some of the pagan beliefs, what they did is they absorbed them into their religion and gave them new names as saints.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's talking about is originally they didn't mind. It basically like fun fact, there was a point in history where Christmas was illegal.
Just hearing that's just like honestly the funniest thing in the world. Just go on, continue.
So the way a very abridged history, just using Christmas as an example, before it was Christmas, it was the winter solstice. And
yes, I do know that.
The European movement came through, and I want to say it was the Spanish encountering the Norse or something along those lines. And they basically were like, you guys are whooping it up, drinking, partying, and living in frivolity. We'll let you keep doing this, but instead of it being about your winter gods, it's about Jesus now. And the Nords were like, we can keep drinking and partying? Like, yes, you can do that. No, okay, yeah, we don't give a shit.
It's like, I suppose so. Fuck you then. I'm going back to do what I was doing before. Nothing's changed.
It's pretty much, yeah. And then that continued forward into adapting more and more acts into the acts of pagan belief into the religious holidays, which Halloween also was almost illegal for like
fun.
2 decades, roughly.
Oh man.
It was but it was because of trick or treat. Because part of the holiday was playing pranks, and what they would do is like disassemble wagons and reassemble them on rooftops.
Yeah, I'll probably do it.
It's just really annoying. No, but it was nothing threatening until closer to the end. Then they would kids would like smash houses, burn property, destroy crops, and it would get terrifying.
How bad are we talking here exactly? Like, just out of curiosity, how bad?
There was a record of an entire farming family whose crops had burned to the ground so badly that the buildings were also burning, and the family members that didn't burn to death starved to death because they were trapped inside.
Oh yeah, that's not great.
It's just a prank, bro.
Oh, it's definitely a prank, all right, there, motherfucker. You did something, all right.
But it's the same thing. Christmas had the same issue with like drinking and partying and drinking and partying. And then the Catholic Church got involved and saw people basically like drinking, partying, having orgies, and they were like, no, this is not what God is. And so Christmas was illegal. It's interesting to look back through that in a historical viewpoint and see the villagers that were like, yeah, they were fine if we prayed to our gods, but now for some reason they're pushing it a little more. By the way, this would all
Can't imagine why though.
so in this year in the Holy Roman Empire in this day and age, two major things were happening. The Catholic Church was pushing for people for the right to pay for forgiveness for their sins.
Right.
Literally, if you want to get to heaven, you give money. And a smart fellow by the name of Martin Luther basically said, that's bullshit, here's 95 reasons why.
Yeah.
And the Catholic Church doesn't take kindly to Lutheranism, which is becoming extremely popular right now.
Yeah.
Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips.
You want help with voice acting these?
Nah, I got it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The church banned all observances of pagan's god, ill Peter. What sort of old customs? Saint Moritz. Saint Moritz is the patron saint of Tassing. Legend states that he was the Egyptian-born commander of a Roman legion who converted to Christianity. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is a relic in Kirsu's shrine. That is true. You think that spirits have been fouling the weather since no one follows the customs anymore?
Eh? Sharper than you look, eh? Your saints were the first to watch over Tassing. My father knew that. Old Ranning Kemper knew that. Knew that.
Oh, Rannig. Rannig Kemper, the late husband of Attila. Okay.
That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us like to keep the traditions alive.
Oh no, not the traditions.
Like the old widow, Attila. I won't mention that at the Abbey. What do these traditions entail? Like that old what do these traditions entail?
When you get up in the night to take a piss, go around to the right side of the house and never go back the same way. That way witches don't steal your soul.
Oh, of course.
No, they're... Oh, how interesting. I should go.
All right. God bless you.
Oh, sheeps are blocking my path. Okay.
Damn you, sheep.
No comments. Oh, here's the gardeners. Hello, Andres.
Ah, Andreas, good timing. Do you have a moment to lend me a hand?
Of course.
Wonderful. I've got too many irons in the fire. Or rather, shoes. Horseshoes. I miscounted how many I put in. Now I need a hand, or else I'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Here. Take a shoe in the tongs. Put the hot part of the shoe in the anvil, and I'll hit it with the hammer.
Okay.
Good, good. Next one.
Oh, whoops.
What did you do?
My mouse started sliding to my second screen.
Well done. See?
Oh.
Short work. Thanks for the help, Andreas. Don't know what I was thinking doing all those at once.
Let's correct that, thank you.
Sure, it'd be nice to have someone to help me out here every day.
Every day. It's funny because my brain is like auto-correcting the words immediately before the game does.
Every day.
Have you considered an apprentice? Have you considered a child?
What are you trying to suggest? Are you offering?
Have you considered an apprentice?
I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested.
Keep at them. I bet you could get Bert Drucker. Oh, that is a kid. Okay.
Klaus would have my head if I tried. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'll see you in Otto up at by the Abbey guest house for dinner.
Until then. I feel like I'm at least giving Andreas the same. What's with all the sheep?
What do you mean? This is like normal.
No, they should be in pens.
Oh, cool.
You think that? Not really. It's not how sheep work.
Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm busy keeping an eye on them.
Love fucking sheep.
That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Ah, morning, Andreas. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Is there something I can do to... Okay. Should I offer to help?
Should I? Nope.
That idiot Martin should be helping them. Yell at him. Give him a good scare.
Perhaps helping others helps us. It allows us to feel useful and take satisfaction in our work. I'll go with Socrates on that one. Then again, I don't know anything about sheep, and I'd probably just get in their way. I like that you get a little hint. Martin, idiot, are you going to help them? Is there something I can do to help?
I really wish you just called him Martin Idiot as like that was his last name.
Martin, have you ever handled sheep before? Well, no. Then no, but thank you. Christian of you to offer. Oh, look, there's something going up at Stoner's place.
I'm gonna keep pointing at you until it makes you very uncomfortable.
Oh, that was report me.
Who's that on a horse? He looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky's giving him an earful. God, Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johann pulled his pants down.
Okay.
Knock two of a man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger.
Oh, he's a stonemason. Oh, those punches are gonna hurt.
I'd be fine. What's this gonna happen?
You'll be lucky if only your bones are cracked.
Again, I'm not seeing the problem.
You think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin, stay out of trouble for once.
No.
What? What,
don't know.
Aunt Hetty? Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Of course. See you later.
Skinny?
Don't work too hard, Martin.
This will be remembered.
I meant that to be, like, sarcastic, but okay.
You've always started your path of being the villain. What the fuck's gonna happen now? Is he gonna be like your Griffith? That actually would be funny, that. What the fuck?
Oh, it's a press. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, okay, I get that.
So before the typewriter, it was the printing press. Yeah, and it's you put a bunch of wooden blocks and then you just smack them in ink, or quick slather them in ink or paint and stamp it on a page or a piece of leather. That's really cool. But the thing about the press was the way it was designed. You had to put the letters in backwards and upside down.
Oh, yeah, I can see why.
Because that's how it would press onto the machine.
Yes.
Morning, class. Another day at the Abbey. Another few hours to work on my masterpiece.
Good to hear.
What should I give this guy?
Good to hear. Still coming by for supper tonight? Marie and Bert would love to see you.
Well, if that's the case, then no.
Again, interesting detail that not all the letters print on correctly. Because sometimes they dry out. If you put too many blocks on, because you have to do these one and one and one.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ink will dry out. They need to see these woodcuts for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. Tillenspiegel, the titular character of a popular 15th century book. Till is a prankster, continuously exposing the vices and hypocrisy of others. He's also quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. Yeah.
Okay, as you do then, I suppose. I can't say anything about that. That's just okay. Fair enough.
Fun fact,
you
where
do
do you-
you game?
Fun fact, where do you think we learned the phrase "eat shit"?
You know what? Fair.
That's
Fair.
that's
I can't-
actually not a joke.
Eat literal shit. The Italian edition.
I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian.
Italian.
Come
I
on,
was printing in
Andreas.
Spanish.
He's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect the people from heresy, witch mania, the adventure stories of questionable moral repute, your sloppy typesetting.
Now. Don't do that, okay? He did speak in that font before.
Adventure stories. It would be all the above. So one of the biggest things that's happening in Italy right now is there is a big divide between the Catholic Church and the original pagan beliefs.
Yes.
So a lot of the books that were printed in that time were still of the pagan beliefs and of the occult, and Italy was entering its age of saying Renaissance feels a little generic. You know how in Japan they had that point in history where literally the palace was so into poetry they kind of forgot how to run their country?
I believe so.
Similar thing, except it's the whole country.
Oh, it's not great.
So this is when tarot cards were invented, which later became playing cards.
Oh no, it's even worse.
Fun fact, tarot cards weren't meant for reading fortunes. That was a rich people thing and a misinterpretation. It's actually a game.
Oh,
So think of it as like a game of life. You always start at the Fool, and the cards you play tell the journey of the Fool as they go through the major arcana.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense.
So you play cards to like write somebody's life.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And then it became fortune telling. Heresy, which many of the adventure stories have questionable moral repute. He doesn't mind those so much, actually. No. As long as they don't get too carnal. You get an orgy, everyone, it's Greek!
Man, this orgy went downhill real fast.
So, supper tonight, after Vespers? We'll see.
Depends on who you're asking.
If not tonight, sometime soon then. See you later, Andreas. See you later.
Bye, random person I just met today.
Oh no, we were supposed to have supper with them, but I know something that's coming up. God bless you, Master Mailer. Oh, our full name is Andreas Mailer. Mailer. Is it Mailer or Mayer? I thought Mayer would be two L's.
Is it not Mauler?
Mauler? Andreas Mauler? Hang on, I need to look up if this is a real guy. 1 second.
Mauler sounds right. For something around that time, Mailer, it'd be a Y. It'd be a Y. It was gonna be Mailer. They would have put an E after the A, so it would be Mailer. But I think it's Mauler.
I think it's Mauler. Oh, that's true. Okay, this is a fictional character. He's not based on a real character. Okay, well, it was worth looking into.
I mean, I figured that'd be the case, but always bad to check.
I think he's supposed to be like a generalized depiction of wandering artists during this day and age.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, Mom and kids are having a bad day. Oh, now what?
Okay. What? What happened? What did you do?
Okay. No, Mommy Cat's being treated really badly at work.
Ah, punched them.
I'd rather not, because I'd never say it to her face, but I do kind of lean on her having a job. Because, especially because rent was unfortunately raised recently while I was on vacation.
No, I get it.
So, yeah.
You can't do
Anyway.
much about that, though.
God bless you, Master Mallow. I hope your week is going well.
Thank you, Father. It's going
You're not
quite
gonna
well.
You're not gonna start solving crimes, are you, Father?
This time when I...
Hey,
So
Father,
the reason I say it, okay, there's a book. I think it's a series of books called Father Brown, which is adapted into a TV show, and that's why I'm making that reference. I just want to imagine I'm going to solve murder mysteries or just crimes in general.
So, funny story, this game is a murder mystery.
Is he gonna become the Father Brown?
The murder just hasn't happened yet.
He's gonna become Father Brown.
He actually plays a different role, and it's a little crazy.
Good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive a Holy Communion, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure, let's go with that. I totally understand that.
I just stayed up too late on Saturday. I don't want to get into an argument with him about this.
I mean, he's already given you a funny look.
Like,
This asshole can't make me go to mass to hell with you.
You can't make me go messed to hell with him.
Fuck you, old man. I do what I want. just gets a loop and starts skipping down the road.
Reminder, that's Saint Groby.
Still be really funny though. Just seeing you, just like Andreas, just skipping down the road, just trying to do like fucking kiss, like do like tongue out, do like the fucking hell symbol, and just going down the fucking road, just playing the lute.
A man has many duties. Would going to church on Sunday be such a burden? If not for his sake, consider for your own. A man has many duties. Father Thomas should appreciate how hard you work at the Abbey. He should, actually.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
everyone
just-
in town
I
works hard, though.
I probably would have picked that one.
Yes, I imagine his father promised to make it this Sunday. I do. I've been working on sketches that night.
Andreas, this is about more than success in this life. There is enough.
Oh,
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 my,
God.
what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Baller, this is Lorenz, Baron of Rothvogel, a great lord of the countryside near Worms.
oh wait, no, wait, it changed. It changed to Rothvogel.
Rothvogel?
Yeah, because I literally just saw it, like it changed the letter to an E.
Worms, a prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire located on the Rhine River. Worms has been the site of many imperial diets.
Why the fuck would you call a city or whatever Worms?
Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wished all of your neighbors were as welcoming.
I don't know
Well,
why
yes.
I don't know why, just the voice in my head that popped in when he started speaking was just Tim Curry. Nah, it's good to see you, Father. How are you doing today? Nah.
Oh, I can do that. What brings you to our little town?
My wife and I returning for the...
Do you want me to do it? That sound like it killed you doing that.
Doing those back to back, because I'm like puffing out my cheeks to do the priest voice, and I'm trying to sound like...
I get it.
This guy is supposed to be a prick.
Yeah, that's fair. So just to continue what you were doing.
Innsbruck, capital of the Austrian county of Tyrol, and a major stop of the Imperial Road connecting Italy and Bavaria, is the closest major city to Kirsu Abbey and Tassing. Notably, it was also the site of witch trials in 1485.
Oh, boy.
I keep forgetting that Austria is actually close to Italy. I keep forgetting about that.
Oh yeah, witch trials happen in this game. Have fun with that.
I mean, one of the flipping dialogue options before was either heresy or witches. So,
I mean, Venice. Oh, yeah, we already know about Venice. How'd you do that Tim Curry voice? Let me hear that one more time.
Nah, my wife and I were. Hang on. Nah, my wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. I spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was a terribly dull.
I mean, it has a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place is crawling with nobles for Emperor's diet.
Died, eh?
Yeah, a diet is an imperial diet is an assembly of 3 colleges in the imperial estates of the Holy Roman Empire. The prince electors, the princes and dukes, and the representatives of imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters. A diet is it's a diet meeting. It's
Yeah, I know what a diet. I know what a diet is. I was just surprised to just hear that the word diet being used in this, but then again, I guess that makes sense.
It does in this. I guess for those who don't know, this would be the equivalent of like a
yes,
yeah, it'd be a government meeting.
or Chamber of Commerce.
There you go. That's actually a Chamber of Commerce. That's actually a great comparison.
The Emperor? Was he here? Did you see him? Ah, briefly. He was sitting up for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter.
Oh, you got a sigil.
Yeah, I get a special dialogue because I'm from Italy.
Oh.
So this is where your decisions matter. They can affect your dialogue choices as the game goes on. This game is 100% text, and I actually love that.
Oh no, I figured that'd be the case. It's just like now the real question is like, what do you pick for this one?
How was Venice, my lord? I lived there only a few years ago.
Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's Jews now live in the own quarter of the north.
Oh.
Oh.
What? Man, that's a little bit too close to home right now. What's been going on in other things in the world? You know what I mean? I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Is this where I make note of the fact that I have a tag for political viewpoints that that I do not share with the game, but are historically accurate? So I'm actually happy they bring this up.
It's just such a fucking bizarre thing that's the topic that gets brought up to what's going on in the real world, right? In the like, what's going on in current day. Fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna try to get to supper. That's gonna blow your mind.
Oh god.
The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian, in particular, is a god. No offense, father.
Of course.
Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead and make a visit to Xeshire. I heard Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course.
Matthias. Yeah. Father Matthias, abbot of Xeshire before Father Gernot, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books. Father Matthias is someone that while they're not living and present, they had a great presence, and the transition between Father Matthias and Father Gernot was the difference of, like, we're okay with all books being represented and kept because all forms of literature are important and should be historically recorded, and, God!
Oh, damn.
No, seriously.
No, I believe it. I
kind of a big problem.
A great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed, by good fortune, I recently came across a copy of Historia Tassier he was reading during my last visit.
Historia Tassier, an account of the early history of Tassing. Xeshire's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rothfogel brought another to the Abbey as a gift.
Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal.
I did notice that Father Matthias and Matthias actually had like a red underline underneath it. Usually, what does that mean? Does that mean you can like examine their name too?
Yeah, you can. So you can examine people, places, and events. If it has a red underline, you can click it for a Cliff Notes.
Oh well, then you missed the Cliff Note then technically.
Yeah. Oh no, I clicked it earlier, and then he said the name again. So it gives the same Cliff Note each time. So if you see a dotted underline, it's a name you've already clicked. If you see just a straight underline, it's something new.
Okay, that makes way more sense now.
So for the folks who have ADHD and a horrible time paying attention to a story, this game has got your back.
Very helpful, I will say that. It's very helpful.
Or if you're very bad at note-taking or paying attention in general.
Which, to be fair, okay, also comes down with the caveat of how often will you play this game and how much of the information will you retain. That's another problem.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and information changes based on your decisions. Anyway.
But I must be off. There will be time enough to discuss taskings past later. Meow. I commissioned the manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gernald, and I have come to check on its progress.
Oh crap! Oops.
Oh, whoops.
I did click his name earlier. So. Oh, my lord, if you've come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Mahler here. Not quite a true master yet. I still have to marry and be approved by the city council. It is an honor to meet you, my lord. Andreas is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. The next few months, he's also helping in the Abbey scriptorium. Yeah, I've been saying this word a lot, but let's actually explain what it is. A scriptorium is exactly what it sounds like. A room for writing, illustrating, and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they have disappeared from almost all abbeys by the 16th century. Sadly also true, because now we have printing presses and libraries. But if you, basically, yeah, if you wanted to get information or any form of educated knowledge beyond a basic schooling or farming, you went to church. And typically were also a man.
Yeah.
Sorry, checking with Urza. She is safely at work.
That's good.
Okay.
A Nuremberger artist working in an Abbey scriptorium in 1518? Oh, well, talk, Andreas. I must know the story.
Well, I'm already late to the Abbey, but I suppose it's all right. Surely my lord could find a little entertainment or companionship in me. Of course, my lord, it would be an honor.
Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art.
Reminder, art is a luxury.
I was gonna say, I'm so glad that somebody else likes art. Look at this nice antique I got. It's just an image of a stick figure. It's truly a marvel.
No, that's actually like the case. Like,
no, I know that. Art was essentially the most sophisticated and most aristocratic thing you could ever own. It was literally the bee's knees, as they say.
Yeah, no, it's not you go on a computer, tack on the new AI art program, and Google something. No, these were hand-carved, hand-painted, hand-smelted. It was a status symbol to have any form of artwork. So either you were rich or you were talented. And if you were both, if you were talented, you probably were also rich.
Well, you'd hope you would be.
Eventually.
Unless you're like one of those artists, unless you're one of those artists, okay, that just went crazy for doing the work, like that one guy who made Saturn eating his son.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, you didn't know the fucking artist? I think the artist who created Saturn eating his son, it was a little bit doolally.
Oh! Okay.
Which considering the image of Saturn eating his son, I'm not surprised he was a bit doolally.
I guess. Sure.
Then again, you also got like artists like Salvador Dali, who literally walked around with a fucking lizard on a lead. Had the lizard on a leash. Oh wait, no, it was an anteater.
It was an anteater.
Walking around an ant. Yeah, he was walking around an anteater, and then like he was on a talk show, and he literally threw it onto an actress that was also on the talk show. Artists were weird.
Eccentric, but yes. And honestly, I think walking an anteater is the tamest thing in the art industry.
Oh, 100%.
Come to supper at the Abbot tonight. I'm inviting you to the Abbot's table.
And this is why I turned down dinner with the other family. Did the Abbot invite me?
Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up at Vespers. What is he going to do? Refuse us? Excellent. We'll see you then. McClaus, I'm just mounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the Abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mahler. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord.
Wait, really? Seriously? Like, hey, look, here's potentially a lord that'll be walking around, okay, with like, oh, hey, look, no accompaniment whatsoever, and no one's gonna think that, oh, no one's gonna potentially like try to attack this guy out of nowhere.
Well, also, let's put forth something that, so a little bit of backstory to this guy that we're gonna get in a second here. This guy's actually like one of the biggest influencers from outside into this village, and has given both the monastery and the village financial support and land.
Ah, okay.
Like, this is the lord in technically outside of his own land, but he is a lord of the land.
He's the people's man, technically.
Yes. Whether or not people actually like him is a different story.
Well, that's what I mean, because there's gotta be like someone, okay, that really just doesn't like this fucker a lot, like enough to do.
Remember how I said give this guy the voice of an asshole?
I mean, yeah.
Nobody likes this guy.
I mean, I figured. He's got the face of an asshole.
They don't like him, but they respect him.
I mean, he's done good for the village and stuff like that. His personality is just a piece of shit.
About that.
So then a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. Are you unmarried?
Oh, I've totally had the sex.
Well, my character Andreas probably has had the sex, but not married is a different thing.
Oh,
No,
I know
not
that. I
married.
know 100%.
But in truth, I came to my vocation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. One of the most populous cities in the entire empire is located near its heart. Has been home to a respected university since 1379 and is a center for humanist thought. It's a school of psychology now, I think. Or philosophy.
Effort? Wonderful.
The same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous. Yeah, okay. Martin Luther. We're not talking about Martin Luther King Jr. We're talking about Martin Luther.
No, because like I was gonna say, okay, like you maybe find like maybe a handful of black people around here. But that's like an enigma. Like the vast majority of people, within Europe, mainly white.
I think there is like one non-white character in this game.
Yeah, because that's technically accurate though.
It's accurate. I think he's Indian.
Which would make sense since India is technically on the same continent. You could find someone, just means it means trekking across from the Middle East all the way into Europe.
And in a Catholic monastery, no less.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Like, it's interesting that they point out that there's some cultural diversity, but the fact is this would mainly be the Holy Roman Empire was very white prominent.
Yeah, it's why like some people get like upset, okay, when like they change stuff like that, which has been like documented for like centuries of we know this, and that is really the case. So it would be kind of weird that this like, oh hey look, there happens to be, oh hey look, this village happens to have like 5 black people. I'm thinking, wait a minute. That's an absurd anomaly there. How the fuck did they get here?
Well, and it's not an offense to people, and it's not like meant to be a racist statement. It is a historical observation.
Especially because, like,
and
again,
oh lordy,
most.
So don't cancel me, Twitch.
Most of, if not all, black people originally were from Africa, and if there were some in Europe, they flipping left. They left their home and traveled to other parts. Or
we're taken away, but we're not going to talk about that.
I was trying to stay away from that topic, to be honest.
Yeah, that's kind of the depiction you get here. But no, we have Martin Luther, who was a priest and professor of theology at the University of Wittenberg, controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin. Because, yes, no, the Catholic Church was literally like, do you want to get into heaven? Well, now you got to pay for it.
Definitely want me to do it, I guess.
No, this was a big problem. Because where do you... One of my favorite George Carlin jokes to this day is the different levels of bullshit in the world. And when he talks about religion, boy, he is a religious person, which makes this even funnier.
Yeah.
He's like, here's what you want me to believe. This guy who made the world, the universe as that we know it, the one who made humanity, he loves you. He will condemn you into a hell of eternal firing, burning death. But he loves you. And he needs money. Made the entire universe in less than a week. Bad at balancing books. Bullshit.
Yes.
You want me to believe that? It's interesting. It's a funny way of looking at it, but it's true. And it was a big problem because they were basically combining before the separation of church and state, they would mark sins and crimes as the same thing. And whether you were paying for sins or crimes, the money was going to the powers that be, which at the time were the churches.
Yes, I know that.
So I'm saying all this for people who don't know this, and it's why such a viewpoint is interesting.
I know that.
Yeah. Which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. Yeah, the church is a scam. Here's 95 reasons why. Oops, I started a religion.
Oh, by the way, when I say like I know, don't take that as me like trying to end the conversation. No, that's just me saying I know that. But keep talking about it for like chat, because obviously, and people watch this. Don't let me saying oh I know is my means saying stop talking about this.
Tremendous minds. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man.
Fun fact: Leonardo da Vinci was actually publicly humiliated by the church, or was it Galileo? Or both.
Leonardo da Vinci. Wait. No, I'm thinking Michelangelo.
It might have been Galileo because he was the first one to say the Earth was not in the center of the universe or our solar system, but rather it was the sun.
Sounds like to be honest, I think that does sound like something like Galileo would say. Not really. I don't think it's really a Da Vinci thing. You know what? Fuck it. I'll have a quick look.
I think both were shunned by the church for their scientific endeavors.
Let's see. I'll have a quick look actually, since
right.
this is technically related to this. Was
no, he was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas do seem fascinating. His ideas don't hold that much interest in me, I'm afraid. His ideas do seem fascinating. I'll agree with that.
I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have ever heard of him.
Perhaps.
Perhaps they've even read his list of 95 theses against the church.
Oh no, I clicked it for the... Damn it.
Father Matthias was out having a lively debate. I hope Father Granat was not disappointed in that regard.
So I have found it. I'll let you read the things if you need to real quick before I read this, because
it's a mouthful.
It's a lot of information, so I'll let you do the thing you need to do first, and I'll come back to it.
All right, I'll finish this section of dialogue, and then we can get to it when I have to wander a bit.
Yeah.
But enough of Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies.
By the way, we're still making our character's backstory 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend the university? You seem very well educated. Why are you so interested in my education? Did you attend university? You seem very educated.
No, my father is merely wealthy enough to provide me with all the books and tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge, from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino and Erasmus, and everyone in between is yet to come. Yeah, these are a lot of names.
Yeah, fun.
Basically, these are all philosophers, scholars, and the ones to keep an eye out on. I would say the one most well-known in the modern age is Aristotle.
Yeah, I think most people probably know Aristotle, not really Erasmus or Ficino and Cicero.
I think people would know the works of Ficino and Cicero, but not know them by name by now.
Yeah, I could probably would agree with you on that one.
Erasmus, unfortunately, was buried under the Latin and Greek work that he recalled.
Damn. I mean, that's what it says. Let him be known for his works in Latin and Greek as well as his calls for reform within the church.
Yep.
I wonder what happened there with that one.
451 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh. It's interesting that the dialogue was like it slightly redoes the text.
Yeah, because sometimes a typo happens or a word is written incorrectly, so they correct it. Which, by the way, was done with a rock. You rubbed ink out of the paper and rewrote it.
It's such an interesting little detail to do for like this sort of thing, because you'd feel like that's such like a little thing, but like no, if it does that with like a lot of the text and stuff, that's a very interesting choice for the gameplay.
Yeah, I brought it up earlier.
Yeah, I know, but it's just seeing it happen. I've seen it happen a few times now, and it's just like, oh, that's such a weird and unique thing. I don't think I've seen many games or any sort of like media really do something like that.
I think it's important to note that when you start the game, you're starting at a scriptorium desk. This entire game is a book. We are, if I hit tab, here we're back. We're at the desk. We are writing this story.
I saw that. It's interesting that even like little things like just the in-game dialogue is getting like slightly just adjusted and stuff like that to fix up any mistakes.
I think there are points where we actually have to rewrite books.
Oh.
No, like we're correcting them to what they're supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
In truth, I'm simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, where did you earn your doctorate?
And that's why I chose the stylized font. So now he is not just a baron, he is educated. Which actually, so his font has changed.
That's so smart. That's actually really cool.
So it's a way of keeping track of people's status. Uh-oh.
Everything okay?
Long story short, when my mom does drive-through, she's put in charge of both lanes and cash out. And right now there are 5 managers at her workplace. 2 of them are wearing headsets. We're both still listening. Thanks for taking both lanes.
Jesus.
No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working on a doctorate, but I didn't finish.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study?
Background choice. Okay. Theology. Andreas has a strong understanding of the Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects.
Can that backfire on you? If you like pick the wrong options and people start questioning your actual like degree?
So there are no wrong options. That's actually you choose you choose Andreas's knowledge.
Okay, but like I was more like can you like kind of like one of your choices like later on down the line basically make people think like what the fuck are you studying at that university?
So what this does is it creates new dialogue options and new ways of looking at puzzles and events that happen later on.
Ah, okay.
So this changes how you play the game. Imperial law. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured systems of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Or medicine. Andreas is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness.
Doesn't really seem like the type to really study medicine. Maybe theology, but potentially. I'm being honest.
But at this point, Andreas is our character, so he can know whatever we want him to know. If I had him in Italy as someone who is studying arts and books and probably shut up in a house, I would have him study medicine. That would give him a healthy demeanor.
Fair enough. I don't. It's just from his interactions. He's definitely given. I feel like he would have. I feel like if like the game didn't obviously have the choices, I feel like if he probably would have been more of a theology sort of person. It's just the way like his interactions have come off in like the conversation stuff. But then again, it's more down to like the choices you've made and stuff. That's giving me that impression.
Yeah, I almost chose theology, but I feel like medical would have made more sense because Andreas does not seem to be interested in religion, even if he knows it.
Yeah,
Oh,
because if he was, he would have gone to mass on
Yeah.
Sunday. So
Hi, did you come out of hiding, Mr. Bernie?
oh, Bernie's here.
He screeches under your chin. Alright, I'm gonna try to finish this dialogue and then I'll feed the dog super quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, the Italians continue to innovate that area. Extraordinary, really.
This is true.
Fascinating work. Who knows what secrets we may learn about the human body in decades to come.
Ha 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 ha.
You, if I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show me your face here again.
Oh God.
Curse you, Lorenz Rothfagal. Pexter's dogs tearing you into pieces would be too kind to fate. Pfft.
That was lovely.
Oh, these rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think?
What was that about?
Who knows? By the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead.
I mean, not far off.
Well, what if... Early time in university, every student has to study the trivium and quadrivium, yes?
So trivium and quadrivium
Quadrivium.
represents the lower and upper divisions of classic liberal arts, university education, Latin, grammar, logic, and rhetoric form of trivium, arithmetic, geom. Basically, these are what became general studies and advanced studies.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
You have a favorite subject?
Latinus, Andreas has a strong command of Latin grammar and vocabulary. He can also easily recall centenai, antiquae, quoted words of the wisdom of the whole Republic Empire. Logician, Andreas instinctively thinks through implications and information as he receives it. It is adept at spatial analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. Orator, Andreas excelled in rhetoric in university. He is skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Occultist, Andreas has a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, thymology, necromancy, and various magical... Oh, yeah, it wasn't quite science yet. It's alchemy.
I mean, yeah.
It is science, but it's not science. Heavens and Earth. Andreas knows a great deal of the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. Later to be named astrology. He's familiar with various plants and animals in the city personal experience. I'm going to go with Latinist.
Okay, interesting.
Et vera satem. Latin and medicine actually went hand in hand for a very long time.
Fair enough.
I focus on Latin. It's useful in so many ways, but especially for understanding manuscripts.
Wonderful, a beautiful language used in the greatest empire of the ancient world.
Tell me, what is your favorite sententia? Sententia literally was just like commonly understood moral maxims, typically originating from ancient Rome or Greece. They may be employed as a sort of quasi-local or rhetorical shorthand among... It's quotes. It's like quotes of morals to live by. Everyone enjoys the smell of their own farts. No, that's real. Remember to tell the tale of another's kindness many times, but whatever kind deed you do for others, keep quiet. Everyone enjoys the smell of their own farts.
God.
Ha! But her ass misses. That's actually real, and it's really funny. Basically, everyone enjoys their own bullshit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah. Also, can we just admire the fact being okay? There's like literally just a giant bug right next to fucking Andreas. That thing is massive, by the way, for like what time period this is.
I think it's perspective.
That ain't no fucking perspective, because that rabbit over there is small. That bug is huge. That's a big fuck off bug. It's like that's the nightmare thing you have to worry about. Oh man, everything's normal until you see these giant fucking locusts just hanging around. Like we're not even up to that point yet in time where like just other bugs from other parts of the world start migrating over by accident.
Oops. A little, but Erasmus was paraphrasing Aristotle.
If you don't mind dipping your Latin cup into a Greek well.
And your other studies, was there anything you excel... Oh, why do I keep dipping into the old voice again?
Or anything else you excelled at?
I mean, if that voice is much easier, just go for it.
Oh, cool, I get to pick a second one. Logician.
Fair enough.
Logic, geometry, and arithmetic.
Quite interesting for an artist. Was Aristotle's organon the foundation of your study?
Yes, the organon for logic and Euclid's elements for geometry. The past few centuries have yielded wonderful new texts on logic. I think, or Euclid, mathematician of ancient Alexandria. He is recognized as the father of geometry in his most well-known books of Elements, the foundation of all university. This is what led into the studies of chemistry, physics, and such for scientists, and also led to the artistic path of fractals for artists. If you don't know what a fractal is, just look it up. It'll blow your mind. It is math in artistic form.
Yeah. By the way, the word. Yeah, you're right. The second way you pronounce this correct, Euclid.
Euclid. Peter Abelard. We'll have to know what this is. 12th century French teacher, philosopher, and theologian. He is known for the philosophical work in logic and theological work in atonement theory. He is also remembered for his love affair with his student, the renowned Benedictine nun, abbess, and scholar, Heloise de Argenteuil. That's a mouthful.
Just a bit.
Provided the
foundation of philosophy and established a primacy for Aristotle's work. Did you notice my font changed a little bit?
Yeah, because now you're fucking eccentric now.
I'm educated. The Englishman William Ockham, 13th and 14th century English Franciscan philosopher and theologian, known for his commentaries on Peter Abelard's 4 books of sentences and his defense of Aristotle of apostolic poverty. Blech, I can English.
This isn't the guy that literally has the thing called Occam's razor, right?
I'm
gonna look it up.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna look it up because if it is, that's the small world after all. It is. Wait.
Summa Logicae, arguing nominalism against Platonic realism. And of course, Thomas Aquinas gave us the tool to employ both faith and reason in the pursuit of truth.
I'm fucking smart. I was. It
yeah,
is
that's
to
Arkham's
that guy.
razor, isn't it?
Yes, I'm smart.
Yeah, that's something that this game is good at. Is like even if you don't know something, you learn something, or if you do know something,
Also, I kind of find it funny that I kind of find like his name is Occam or Occam, but like how Occam's razor was spelled as Occam.
Yep,
which is really strange. That's a really strange one to me because it feels like it should just be his normal name, but nope, it's Occam's razor compared to Occam or Occam, which I mean, that's a weird one.
It's like a difference of the original spelling versus translated spellings later on.
Yeah, that's fair.
All monks and friars, of course, a great deal of work for Aristotle to fit within the church's vision of the truth.
Is that so wrong?
I question these great men should have to wrestle logic into the church established by fiat and force. There's the abbey. I have good memories of this place, and of Father Matthias. Sad to hear of his passing.
How did you come to know him? How did you come to know Kirisu at all?
I've only been patrons of Kirisu for, I don't know how many generations. Some years ago, I heard that Kirisu still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists had taken over most manuscript productions, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here.
Oh,
well, there's not much that...
Oh, scriptorium. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's where we've been working.
Oh no, I know that, but it's interesting to see like that this guy didn't even know about that. There was an active one still.
Well, I think it's because we're entering an age where scriptoriums are slowly becoming obsolete.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, there's not much left these days. 2 old men, a young scribe, and me. The artists that remain here are quite talented, if a bit old-fashioned. I'd be honest with this one.
Perhaps it
enough.
is nostalgia that brings me back here. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Gernot a year ago, but I thought I'd stop by and check on its progress.
By the
Funny-
way, is that a fucking Is that a jackalope to the fucking right of the screen?
No, it's just a rabbit with very pointy ears.
Rabbits usually don't look like that. It looks more like a jackalope.
Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I have the work, but no, I do know the artist well. That is Brother Piero. We're gonna love this old man.
I like his face.
Oh, he's a sweet old man. How venerable. He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero is an incredible talent with color. Then I very much look forward to seeing it. Gosh, tend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the Abbey. Yes, my lord.
We get to explore now.
Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Oh, even rarer, monks and nuns in the same monastery. Nuns.
Nuns. Bloody nuns.
Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. Benedictine, founded in the 6th century, the Benedictines are a Christian monastic order that observe vows, obedience, poverty, chastity, and stability under the rule of Saint Benedict Nursia.
Wait, hang on. Am I misreading that? Quite unusual for a Benedictarian house. No, not the script, not the passage. I mean like the text. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separate. Am I misreading that? Because like,
No.
he said it's quite. Because he said it's quite unusual for the monks, and even if they are separated.
Quite unusual to
yeah,
have both men and women.
Okay, yeah. So I was misreading. Yeah, it was just my brain just completely misreading that sentence. Yep, that's what I thought.
Yeah. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then Kiersu is a place out of time in more ways than one. Do you know Mother Cecilia? She seemed to recognize you.
She did give us a funny look.
We are acquainted, yes. Let's leave it at that.
Oh.
Ah, you must be Father Gernot. I am Lorenz, Baron of...
Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit.
Ah, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces.
Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days.
Yes, I know, but I wrote ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble.
Well, Yes, I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now?
Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen?
Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there.
Oh.
Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium. Now!
Why are you taking this out on me? He's not my problem. Is this a bad time to ask for an advance on my payment for the Book of Hours?
What? That's a get out! Leave! Leave!
Oh, that's right, because the people I'm staying with asked me to bump up rent payment.
Oh, fuck.
Are you taking this out on me? He's not my problem. I should have asked him about an advance for the gardener's taxes. Oopsie! Maybe I could just convince Brother Matteo to pay me early.
Oh, that guy. Wait! That guy looks like Object Dot Motherfucker!
He kind of does!
He looks like Object Dot Motherfucker!
It probably sounds like him too. That's actually the voice I gave him first time. Just like this. Books.
He's not Father Matteo now. He's now Father Motherfucker.
Anyway, I'm gonna take a hot second to make Bernie his supper.
So everyone, get
Yeah,
up,
go
stretch
for
your
it.
legs, get a refreshment. I will be back shortly.
Meow. Alrighty, dog has been fed. I
You
have
have
acquired.
rice fact to read.
I got my rice fact. Let's see.
Yes.
Rice is a staple of food. Over half the world's population, serving as a vital source of carbohydrates and energy. It thrives in warm, humid climate. Wait a minute, I've read this one before.
Yeah, it happens.
This
I
rice
still read it.
grain, short grain, brown, beyond its nutritional value. It's often featured in dishes and rituals amongst various societies. Huh. I don't know,
By the way, do you want me to? Do you want me to take
yeah,
this
you have to think
opportunity to read
about
it?
Galileo and Da Vinci.
So I looked up was Galileo shunned by the church, and it came out saying yes, Galileo was shunned and persecuted by the Catholic Church due to his support of heliocentric theory of the solar system, which contradicted with the church's geocentric view. His book, Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems, was condemned, and he was placed under house arrest for the rest of his life.
Yep.
Elaboration on it, basically an elaboration on the conflict with church doctrine. Galileo's scientific findings, particularly his advocacy for the heliocentric model, the idea that the Earth revolves around the sun, clashed with the Church's long-held belief that the Earth was the center of the universe. Trial and condemnation, the Church, through the Roman Inquisition, put Galileo on trial in 1633, find him vehemently suspect of heresy for defending the heliocentric theory. His punishment was obviously was forced to renounce his views. He was sentenced to house arrest for the rest of his life. And in 1992, it was then later done that the church officially acknowledged its errors and claimed that Galileo of heresy. So basically, it was only until 1992 where the church was like, okay, yeah, we kind of fucked up that.
Isn't it like after he died?
Well, I mean, it was. Yeah, I mean, he was put on trial back in 1633, and the church only fixed it in 1992.
Yeah, that sounds about right. By the way, remember how I said there's like one foreign character in the game?
Man, I would never have been able to figure that out, okay, by the way he was drawn.
So, again, something I find interesting, most of the characters are drawn in the, like, medieval Catholic art style, except this one fellow, who is drawn properly in the aesthetic of the Indians.
Well, more or less close to his faces. His body, not really as much. His arms are basically the same as Andreas. Oh wait, no, never mind. No, I'm wrong. He's got those are some very long fingers.
Yep, that's how it was portrayed. Hi, Jace. Also, apparently you're stealing it. No one will ever know.
Oh, that always happens.
Hi, Jace. Welcome to Historically Accurate Murder Mystery 1518.
We haven't even gone to the mystery yet.
We haven't even gotten to the murder yet. So welcome to interesting talks of philosophy, history, and religion. Have a nice day.
And also the fact that we found out that Galileo was not officially redeemed until 1992.
Oh, it took a few centuries. God give you health, Master Mahler. Rather surprised to see you still here. As am I, but I'll be leaving soon, returning to Rome. For those who don't know...
Man, there's something really fucked up, okay, that the church basically like, oh, we were wrong, okay. It's the same fucking year that Sonic 2 came out. Something really funny about that.
Though outshone by its northern neighbor, Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. Yeah, fun fact, Rome wasn't the big power just yet. Yeah, or this would have been post the fall of Rome.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, hello, Bosif.
Hello. I and my bishops regret we could not reciprocate Father Rudolph's generosity earlier. He showed much kindness to our priests at the Council of Constance many, many years ago. I hope I'm actually doing that accent of kindness.
Depends on who, like, you. If you're worried about it, that's the thing.
Council of Constance, meeting of bishops that took place between 1414 and 1418 in the Diocese of Constance to end the Papal Schism. It was also notable for condemnation and capture of the Bohemian theologian John Hus. Fun fact, Bohemian literally just means different.
Is it John Hughes? Or would it be? Would it be
Jean
Juan
Jean
Hughes?
Jean Hughes. Jean Hughes. Or Jan. No, Jan. Jan
Might be
Hughes.
Jan Hughes actually.
Yes. Rome is going through a couple of rough decades right now, and that's the thing is, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Even I know there are going to be some shocking statements in this, but it needs to be a moment of like, this is how people were acting and talking at the time, and I give full points to this indie developer for choosing historical accuracy over modern censorship and sentiment.
God.
Good. Okay. My stance on censorship is there is such a thing as too grotesque and being rude and racist and uncultured. It's a very real thing. But in order to avoid something, you need to know it exists in the first place.
Yep.
And that is a sentiment that I personally stand by. So I praise people who choose historical accuracy, because how would we learn if we erase the history?
Yeah, it's fair. I'm glad you have the time to draw whatever. What the fuck? What the fuck's the thing with the axe?
I don't know, but I just got Mama Cat just got back to work. Turns out the reason that they were making her do all that stuff in the drive-thru is because the district manager was arriving for a routine visit, so they dumped all the work on her so they could clean.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I just said, ask for a bonus or raise.
Bold. That's bold.
I would. Like,
I mean,
hey,
fair.
I got forced to do extra work because this guy was showing up.
Give me muns.
Give me compensation, por favor.
Give me money.
Will you remain in Rome? That is up to my bishop. I will miss Thesso Mountains in any case. Thesso? Oh, I will miss these mountains in any case. Whoops. You should travel to Ethiopia, Master Mailer, and see the highlands. God has blessed my home with a wondrous beauty. I think that's another thing that people don't realize is when I'm not saying the Catholic invasion to be rude. I'm not saying the Christian push to be rude. It is an actual period in history. It is actually known as the Catholic invasion.
In case people don't know, things in history actually did happen.
Uh-huh. It was not a gentle wave. It was a push.
Basically trying to push you off a cliff.
Uh-huh. It's the same thing Disney did to the Lemmings. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Not the lemons!
No, lemmings don't kill themselves. Disney lied to you.
Those poor bastards.
Ugh. I would love to someday. I still need to return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you're ever in Rome, I may still be around. I've only made it as far as South Florence, but I'd like to see Rome. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it'd be nice to share a meal with you and have some of the townsfolk. The townsfolk? I am accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like these, but I have had some kind words with the baker and his wife. Oh yes, Albans, the Albans, Ulrich and Gret. They're nice people. I offered to tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Gret seemed excited about the idea, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. Again, we mentioned it earlier, but for anyone who might be like, why are there no character? Why is there only one character that isn't white in this game? Again, that's kind of the historical accuracy, and that's all I'm going to say on it now.
Europe was mainly white!
Well, and even then, like, we can make the joke, it's like, technically Andreas would be a foreigner in this land because he's from Italy.
True, technically. Again, another argument to be made is that like where this man is from is connected to like Europe, so much easier for travel, technically.
Mm-hmm. Very true. I can certainly make time. Do you not? I can certainly make time. Or do you not eat here with the brothers? Yes, but I am a guest. I am not bound by the rule as they are. The rule. The Rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of the abbot. Written in the 6th century, the rule of providence and principles for living a monastic life. Monastic life.
Fair enough.
Again, every monastery has its own book of rules. This would later be made real. This would be made realized when we realize there's over 400. I'm trying to remember. There's over 485,312 iterations of the Bible.
That's too many Bibles.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Go ahead. Ask me how I know this.
I don't think I need you to explain it, but go on then. If you really want to explain it, go on then.
Oh no, that's a bit. That's me making a bit. But yes, there are hundreds of thousands of versions of the Bible. Because they're all based on different monastery rules.
My fucking cousin down the street rewrote the Bible.
My aunt rewrote the Bible.
Look, the idea of calling the Bible the Bible's the funniest thing ever.
Just being the Oprah of Bibles over here. You get a Bible rewrite, and you get a Bible rewrite. Everybody gets a Bible rewrite.
Except for you.
Except for
You're
you.
Protestant.
Oh my god. Woo! Spicy today.
I've managed to use the word Protestant in 2 jokes.
Oh, you're gonna get to make a lot of religious jokes in this playthrough.
Oh, not even that. I made like a Protestant joke like when I did the Simpsons fucking stream, and I'm like, damn, I've managed to just use the term Protestant twice now, and I'm like, I never thought I would. It's funny it's funny that's happened twice now.
My Father Gono kindly allows me to come and go as I need to. Then I'll make time for you in the next few days. I do not know what work the abbot has in store for me, but I may be able to spare some time. That would be accurate.
Fun fact: the Bible comes from Biblos, literally meaning the book in Greek. However, when it was first compiled, there was a debate on the religious dialect of Greek to use. One of which pronounces as Bubulus.
Publios.
Publios.
Could have had the Holy Booble.
The Holy Booble!
I love it. We could put the Holy Booble next to the Holy Thible.
I want my Holy Bibble!
Wait, so if there's a Booble and a Thible, which one do we pray to?
Well, you don't want to know.
I just put I would have 2 books. I would have the Holy Booble, the Holy Thible, and right in between them, I would have My Eyes Are Up Here.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure that's a book title. Hold on, I think I've seen that at like a Barnes and Noble.
The Holy Mibble.
Book my.
You can't really make anything else between like the fire and the boot. You can't really make. You can't. There's no way you can make anything else work for this though. You can't. What are you gonna call? What are you gonna call like midriff? Like you couldn't call it the Mibble.
There is in fact a book called My Eyes Are Up Here by Laura Zimmerman.
Fair enough.
That is hilarious.
I feel like I've heard that name before. That doesn't matter.
Probably Zimmerman. If you are unable to, it is no trouble. God give you health, Andreas. Did
he now?
Yeah. Okay, we're trying to find our way to the scriptorium, so we have to go through the cemetery.
By the way, does this game autosave or do you have to save manually?
Manually. Both.
Okay. I didn't notice the little writing on the script, like on the piece of paper thing, look like an autosave thing.
Okay.
No cheese in this game. Guy, my favorite character, Guy.
No, that's his name.
No, I know, because obviously you've got like the fucking person that blew up what's the fucking Parliament?
Yeah, Guy Fawkes. Yeah.
Guy Fawkes.
Which is another reason Halloween was almost illegal, but details.
No, he did on November. Remember the 5th of November.
Guy Fawkes Day influenced Halloween.
Did it?
Yeah, it's part of the influence of modern Halloween. The dressing up as Guy Fawkes became an influence in the dressing up of costumes.
I must not remember that. I swear I remember like learning about Guy Fawkes back
Specifically,
in school,
costumes of mockery.
Ah.
Good day, Andreas.
How's your morning going, brother Guy?
It's fine. More contracts for the abbot.
Which would you rather be making, contracts or manuscripts?
I honestly don't care, Andreas. As long as the abbot is impressed, he could have me write the first chapter of Genesis until Judgment Day.
Oh God.
Does the abbot's opinion really mean that much to you? Fun fact, want to know something that's a little messed up about the scriptorium writers, especially when it came to brothers and fathers?
Was the cuddlingus going on?
No, half of them couldn't read.
Huh.
Yeah,
Oh wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually that just makes sense.
they could write, but they couldn't read.
So essentially they could have just been writing as literally just absolute gibberish.
Mm-hmm. They were just copying the pages. So scribbles. Kind of mind-blowing, huh?
Not really. I will say that like there's like a little bit of an inkling that like I wouldn't have been surprised to hear that though. But it is just kind of like wild that you'd think that they will like allow people like that. But then again, these guys are just getting paid to write the scriptures. That kind of doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the fuck that is. Well, I don't know what the fuck that is. THE. Well, I don't know what the fuck that is. Pretty much. Some of these, it's interesting because some of them didn't know how to read and some of them would teach themselves how to read.
I was just thinking to myself, like, you know that one joke from SpongeBob, where SpongeBob's trying to write something down in his diary or what? Oh, like that letter thing, and he spends like all the time making that very, very fancy. That's all they've done. It's literally just like that on one page.
Yeah. Does the abbot's opinion mean that much to you?
The abbots and the priors both. You're lucky. When you're done with this, you're going home. I'm never going to see Burgundy again. I need to make the best of the next 40 years.
Burgundy, not just a color, it's a powerful former duchy of eastern France. Ducky? That became province in 1477, known for its wine, art, monasteries, and courtly fashion.
At least it's not Normandy.
Then I'll leave you to it. I think Normandy does get brought up. Hey, Doc.
God bless you, Andreas.
How are you feeling today, Brother Radoc?
Well, I can't read.
Oh, Mill.
Oh, I'm Mill. That's easy. I am well. Oh, so that's what it is they couldn't read English. They could read Latin. It's part of it.
That actually makes way more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, my son. It is early. I'll give you a harder one later.
I look forward to your anagrams, Brother Radoc.
Literal nut. A literal nut.
Was it,
Ah,
no,
yes.
I think it was. What? Oh, it was not. I thought it's a literal mutt.
A literal nut.
And Piero.
Andreas, God bless. God, so good to see you.
Jesus, look at the fucking robes.
Yeah, they're old, they're tattered, probably of bird shit. And ink?
You really hope it ain't bird shit.
Probably ink. Maybe bird shit. Good morning, Brother Piero. So good to see you as well.
I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm's coming.
Brother, Big Jorg Gertner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell the sores coming. Yeah, Big Jorg, we know who that is. Big Jorg.
As much as I like to stick around, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go and work on that thing I was telling you. I was mentioning in the collab chat, so I'm gonna go and gonna go and have food, and I'm gonna work on that. I hope you enjoy the rest of the stream,
Will
Matt.
do. I'll message some stuff once I'm at work. I've got like another
worries.
hour and a half yet here.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. Take care, everyone in chat, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye.
Bye.
But the Radok has been here long enough that he can always smell him that you can always smell him coming.
Do not forget, brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel.
Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Radok?
I'm comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord in his ineffable wisdom may choose to strike down.
The guy, please. Virtual, you're being too mean-spirited. Calm yourself, Brother Radok. You two sensitive guys jokes. Say nothing. I'm gonna watch this shitstorm. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Ferenc is not overseeing us today.
He was here, but then he heard Lorenz Rothgull had arrived. He hurried out like a little mouse.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking with earlier.
Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot that nobles like Rothgull. It's pathetic.
Feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior only to speak to them like this behind our backs. It's shameful.
Oh no, Brother Rothgull, his manuscript. I just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. How's he leave me? Of course, that's why he is visiting. Oh, damn it. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry about so much about the patron's visits.
What's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Guy, someday you'll stand where Piero is, and a young monk will stand where you are now. Mors etiam Daphne de secula venita. Death also came to Daphnis of Sicily. So, interesting that my dialogue option changed because of the background I chose. That's another thing we can face. Sicilian shepherd who, according to Greek legend, was the inventor of pastoral poetry. In stories, he was a son of Hermes and a nymph, and a follower of goddess Artemis. He died young, the victim of a jealous naiad. But basically, one day you'll be an old man and someone will laugh at you. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Elsa? Oh, else.
Andreas, Brother Rothgull is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freising.
This was Freising, a religious secular ruler, scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including lands containing Tessing and Kirsu Abbey.
Kirsu is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention.
Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Well, that's right. I need to reference the Endermar manuscript. Prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy in Austria. What do you want, Andreas? A book. Endermar manuscript, the Book of Hours. Illuminated manuscript that contains an abbreviated form of the prayers for the divine office in addition to other religious texts. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? What do you mean? I mean, do you sleep alone, or... Oh my! The nun is asking if we sleep alone. What the fuck am I smelling? Hold on. I'll be right back. I think I smell something burning. 1 second. What the hell? Where's that outside? I really hope I did not leave the burner on. Huh. Someone's burning something outside. Interesting. Pardon me. Leave alone? Why do you want to know? It would be nice to have something to think about during divine reading. Lectio Divina is a thoughtful reading of meditation and scripture. The practice leads to prayer and contemplation. It is a daily part of Benedictine communities. Have you considered the Lord? You really are a cloud on a sunny day, Andreas. Could I just get the book? That's all the way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? No, but I really can't. I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need it for reference for my work. Really? My feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Illuminata to get it. Sister Illuminata! Andreas needs a book. He's being inappropriate with me. Andreas? Sister Illuminata, I'd like to borrow Indemar manuscript, the Book of Hours. No, I was clicking the option, please. Yes, I overheard. Here, please return it promptly. Thank you.
Andreas, may I see how your masterpiece is coming?
Of course, your opinion is always welcome.
Yes, the composition is lovely. There's a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures.
Tell them to build an elevator. I think that doesn't happen for another 3 centuries. So hey, Fairy Dragon, how's it going?
Quite nice. Beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene.
It doesn't feel right, and I don't know why.
It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work.
That's what the clients want.
What do you mean? Where are you in this work?
Well, yourself. Reminding myself, it's funny because growing up, I was not a history buff by any means, and history did not become interesting to me until I started pursuing it myself. Like, I think it's because the history I was like forced to read didn't interest me. And now as an adult, it's like, well, hang on, I kind of want to know this stuff. Work. I want to do a good job. I want my clients to be satisfied. I didn't know there was room for me in here.
It is inescapable. We all put ourselves into our work, whether we realize it or not.
What does this painting represent? It's November. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter.
Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire forbid it, even Father Gernot.
What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted.
But it is not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form. These images illuminate a path of truth.
I love Brother Piero.
It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth.
Yes, but in God's grace, this book of ours will outlive us all. What will it say to those we see in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of an old monk. There is no place of monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is just a place out of time.
Does it make you sad?
I admit I'm still fond of the old stories of letting and illumination, but even in my youth, I knew it could not last. The creation of books, of art, is no longer the province of monasteries. So be it. Again, reminder to something I said earlier for those who are just coming in. A lot of modern education, art, and stuff were a luxury of the Catholic Church and monasteries. So this is a day and age where presses and prints make it possible for education, art, and creative thoughts and philosophy to go beyond the church and to the public people, which is kind of what they wanted. You know, more people will be able to write, more people will be able to read, and in so doing, be brought to the truth. Educate the masses. This is a good thing. Do you think there's a danger in anyone being able to write, anyone being able to read anything? I think there will always be places for artists like you and Brother Adok. And Brother Guy. Kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life and am happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Cert already. Oh, where's the time gone? It is already terse. There's a monastic hour corresponding to 9 a.m., one of the little hours of prayer. Terse precedes Mass and the chapter meeting. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Until later, Andreas. Until later. Oh, damn it. Huh. That didn't look like a Catholic item, Father. What's going on in here? What did he write? Nothing, huh? Oh, fine. I guess Andreas didn't see it. Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, sorry, Sister Luminata. I knocked a bowl of paint to the floor. But then Briar Ferret came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed, and then left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut. Briar Ferret should know better than that. And these manuscripts are quite delicate. I fully agree. Delicate or not, all books should be treated with the utmost care. Many contain precious wisdom that even the unenlightened and growing closer to God. They should be protected and cared for, which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for the divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica, Clara? The Clear Chronicle, A History of the Universe from Creation to 1082, written by Irish monk Marianus Scotus. Yes. Oopsie, I think we borrowed a book a little too long. No, anger is not appropriate for response for a nun. Translation, yes. But the fact remains you tricked me into giving you the book for no valid reason. Not valid? It is not valid to wish to see the work of the great Irish scribes. One who wrote masterworks who even now grace libraries of Cologne, Fulda, and Mainz. Again, Cologne, a powerful free imperial city over the river Rhine. Mainz, located on the Rhine River. And Fulda, a town built on an old Benedictine abbey near the center of the empire. These were all free, powerful territories.
No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me... Wait. So all this fuss about Lorenz Rothfogel. Why is Prior Ferric so nervous? Lorenz? I didn't know you were familiar enough to use that... with a man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the Prior and Father Abbot have. I only know that he purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy?
God, I'm making these voices too similar.
Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron.
Welcome, my masterpiece.
Of course, I'll help in any way I can. Thank you, it's for the good of the Abbey.
Where should I begin?
Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. I'll tell you what books I'm looking for. Find them and return them to me. First books are 2 volumes of Aenid, a poetic epic of the telling the legend of Aenus, the heroic Trojan who struggles to reconcile with his personal desires, with his destiny to be found in Rome. It was written in the 1st century BC by the Roman poet Virgil. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick.
Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches? Oh, I know the one. They're among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by my desk.
They are not his to keep.
Oh, fine.
There's a fair amount of wear on these. I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Piero started making the copies.
How long ago was that?
3 years. The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover, Dido. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? Italiam non sponte sequor. I do not go to Italy willingly.
I am so glad I chose the Latinus Libre. I get to be a nerd.
I did not make you the scholar of Roman make you for a scholar of Roman poetry, Andreas. The words sit easily in my memory. I'm not sure why.
But yeah, it was... He gave up. He had to go and pursue what God had told him to. And so his lover, basically killed herself.
Probably out of love rather than duty. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey.
You clearly have chosen your vocation seriously.
Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. It's really that bad? Is being a woman that limiting?
Yes, it is.
He's exaggerating, it's fine. Now, how would you know?
How would I know? True, she knows her life better than I do.
True, but that doesn't mean women can't take pride in their vocations. In the City of Ladies, Christine de Pizan defended women of all classes by showing their value of society.
Pizan, one of the most renowned female authors of Western Europe, Christine was a court writer of the Three Dukes. She's well known for the Book of the City of Ladies and the Treasure of the City of Ladies, works that defended women and offered advice to women of all backgrounds. So this is still a very male-centered time frame, and it is unfortunate. But again, I appreciate accurate historical depictions over brushing over the truth. It is something that needs to be acknowledged, and it's shown how much it's a way of reminding ourselves of the progress we have made and why it is important to continue making progress forward. At least that's my belief.
An admirable effort, but even if we do exactly as we are told, we are portrayed as vehicles of sin.
Also true.
Temptresses and seducers by virtue of our sex, even when men are the aggressors. Even in the Abbey, we must travel in pairs, lest we tempt the brothers or others. And here in these pages, Virgil cast Dido as Hyena's seducer, even though the gods that thrust her into his arms.
Also true.
Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that. From the empress to a nun, it is our lot.
I suppose I understand now why you're not fond of Aenid.
It is fine poetry. For men. Now, the books, if you please. Thank you. Next, Richard Guerin. An Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea de Barberino in the early 15th century. The titular character rises from impoverished origins to heroic adventures, undiscovered noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, it enjoyed greater success as a printed book. This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. I do not have the size of the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough.
I know the one
you're talking about. Brother A-Dog was reading it. This fellow. The beauty of this book truly bellies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amadeo Rosco Lugiano. The Venetian edition that's quite valuable. Iogano, highly contested Swiss market town located in the southwestern Alps, the Dukes Como Milan fought for control over it until it was claimed by the Swiss Confederation in 1513. They loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it.
I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it.
That book is not appropriate for reading for Benedictine monks. A baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, then lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments.
You forgot the best part. In the end, Gurin learns about his royal blood, the son of a duke.
He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures.
Oh, what's the harm?
Suppose you're right. It's better suited for knaves like me.
There's actually a lot of harm in this, and as someone who studied logistics and Latin, I would know this.
It's not my place to reprimand anyone for reading stories, least of all you, Andreas. Still, we must be on guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women.
Sometimes, yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it?
Die better than we are born.
And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king?
There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus.
And apparently, I am all one heckin' cutie. It's a big ol' heckin' cutie. Yes, HDB is making me admit to that. Even in this one world with our Lord, I am a heckin' cutie. Silencio! Sorry, I couldn't resist. HDV, how's it going? Sorry, I'm doing so much talking, I'm actually having to get my throat coatie out.
We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. It isn't this world that we should be concerned with, Andreas. But the book, Andreas, we must return it. Or would you like the abbot to receive a 4th letter?
I understand. I'd hate to loan a book and never get it back. It'd be like losing a limb.
Well, perhaps a small limb, or my little finger. Home a while back, been keeping an eye on my sick cousin. Oh no! I hope they feel better.
So going with you. Flexing the bits of history knowledge I actually know. And for all intents and purposes, I have not shied on this topic at all. I was forcibly raised Catholic until my mother and I moved to the South, and she gave me a choice if I wanted to continue pursuing Catholic school or go to a public school. And I said I'd rather go to a public school where I have a choice, because I didn't like that I was being forced to believe in something. And she smiled, let me go to public school, and let me tell you, that's one of the best, I feel like that's one of the best choices I've ever made in my life. Because then, when I came back to where I live, I was again forced to return to Catholic school. And I failed religion class because I questioned God and the ethic morality of things that were stated in the Bible. And I may have failed that religion class, but me and my I opened the eyes of my 11 classmates to pursue life of their own. Like, I feel kind of proud of this. When I got into high school, they continued messaging me and like keeping in touch and being like, you know, I'm thankful that you did what you did, that you showed us like these things outside of religion, because I never saw the world this way. And I sparked a curiosity in them. I'm really proud of that. My personal favorite being the final that we took for religion class was we had to write an essay about winter holidays, or like the importance of winter in religious holiday. So my classmates all came to me and asked for non-Christian holidays in winter, and they all wrote essays on that, and I wrote an essay on the actual history of Christmas and why it was made illegal. We all failed. I'll never forget that. We all failed the religion class, but our history and science teachers happened to come into the room, and they were astounded with what our class brought up. It was interesting, and I'm genuinely proud that I got to teach people to have an open mind. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Amadea Rusco's property. The book, please. Wait, is she pregnant? There's one book left, then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches nigh, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. What is it? A description should be sufficient. I don't know why you won't tell me, but alright, I'll find it. Now I'm curious. Alright, brother guy, what were you reading? Now that I think about it, Guy is always guarded about this book. He was hiding it. Guy isn't brother Guy, the blonde fellow. Very aggressive. Very good. Please bring it here. What is this, anyway? Huh. Maybe I should have learned French at some point. À me toucher par Dieu et d'épaule de péché. À la première état de grâce est montée par les grâces. Et grâce est devenue à l'éptienne état de grâce. Wait a minute. Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. I'm sorry, but I love books too much to let go without knowing what this is. I haven't asked so many questions. I've asked one question twice, and you haven't answered me. I love books too much to let this go without knowing what it is. Curiosity can be a dangerous thing, Andreas, especially in a place like this. This is a book on the occult! Mom tried putting me into a certain Christian school in the area I live once. She quickly went back on. Oh no! Well, and I will put out there that I would never, ever, ever, never, I would never shame anyone for their religious beliefs. And that's something I've said multiple times and will say multiple times again. I do not have a problem with people of faith. I have a problem with people of closed-minded nature who push their faith onto others regardless of whether or not they believe it. That is not freedom of thinking. That is a holier than thou, self-entitled mentality that is incredibly poisonous to society and is still a problem to this day. And that's not just religion, that is a problem in any culture, in any group, in any clique, in anything. Once you believe you are better than others because of something you believe in or knowledge you have or something, that is a dangerous and toxic mentality to be in. I do not think I am better than others. I think I am just a person who is on this earth and living my life. And I refuse to believe... I believe that I will never stop learning as long as I am alive. As long as I breathe, there is something to learn. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of the bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it. I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? Just, 200 years ago. What? Why? Why is it still here? What I'm thinking is the Bible is telling me I shouldn't shoot someone if shot at. No, I'm popping him. The fuck you mean? Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. Good man! And he was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed, even if their content is in question. The Holy Church does not share your opinion. It is their law we must contend with, not your emotions. I so badly want to say the church was wrong, but I am currently in a scriptorum in a monastery of the Catholic Church. That they are generously giving to me. Even if I'm an outsider, I need to be careful of what I say. Fume silently. It is not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Granat learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. How did Father Granat even know the book was here? Mother Cecilia made a note of it in the inventory when she was the librarian. Oh, whoops. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows it's here. I do. So do Mother Cecilia and Father Granat. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? Read it and become a French heretic. I'm not sure. I'll hide it. Keep it safe. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothfogel. Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. I appeal to your duty as librarian of this abbey to not destroy this book. I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the abbey far away. You must be a good person. If someone attacks you, you must not harm them. I'm gonna go... Hell, come here. I would rather avoid conflict wherever possible. If someone attacks me, I'm not going for attack, I'm going to restrain. Besides, I'm fat enough that I can just sit on their back and they probably won't be going anywhere. Theological reasons for allowing the book to exist. I appeal to your duty as the librarian of this abbey to not destroy this book. My duty is to God and to the vows I made to the rule. But you do love books as well. I know you do. Ooh, bookworm backgrounds and books should be cared for. Okay, so remember where it said, like, things will be remembered? That is to succeed or fail in arguments like this one. But you do love books as well. I know you do. Andreas, I love God. Books contain knowledge that can help bring us closer to his truth. I do not love books as things, but I love that books can convey God's truth. It is not my place to judge your love of books, but it is not a love we share. My love burns bright enough for both of us. I mean it, sister. You cannot destroy this book. Andreas, you sound deranged. It's only a book. If a book is only a little thing, a trivial thing, then let go of it lightly. Entrust it to my care, and I swear you will never hear or see of it again. See, last time I played this, I failed this argument. So, interesting how I made a couple different changes, and it changed the entire story. Never, ever speak of this again. I am trusting you in this, Andreas. Against my better judgment, don't make me regret this. Well, now then, Baron Rothvigel, quickly though. I need to finish up here soon. From the Abbey, what kind? So long as you've been visiting the Abbey, he seemed unusually friendly. Jim, I only have time to answer one question, so I should choose this carefully. He seemed unusually friendly with me. I don't understand it, honestly. The Baron is quite wealthy, quite educated, and he loves fine art. I think it's clear why he enjoys your company. Most of his peers don't share his passion for modern thinking, nor are they as interested in art. You are a rare thing, Andreas Mahler, an artist with a university education. You may not be of high birth, but whatever the Baron's faults may be, he chooses to fraternize with common people. Huh. That's actually very interesting. Hmm. Sorry, checking in on Mama Cat, who wasn't doing so hot there for a second. People. Sometimes with unpleasant consequences. Did he get involved with someone in town? I only know rumors. A simple argument between the Baron and a man became violent. Was it Lucky Steinauer? No, I don't believe so. Besides, I can't imagine the Baron could get the upper hand of a man the size of Lucky. You know why they call him Lucky? He survived 2 pieces of masonry falling on him. One was a gargoyle that he put back up on the church's roof himself after it fell on him. In any case, I doubt Lucky was the man Baron fought with. Should I be concerned for my safety, sister? I can't say. I don't know Baron Rothvogel much more than you do, Andreas. But there is an inherent danger in walking the shadow of a powerful man. Just be careful. Well, I must be off to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Wait, how will you get to the church if you can't enter the scriptorium? I thought there was only door for the library. We are standing in the oldest part of the Abbey, and like any old place, it has its share of secrets. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. Huh, so the sisters get special paths that the monks don't know. That's actually probably really good. Well, that's the bell for Sext. The brothers should be sitting down for dinner soon. A monastic hour corresponding to noon, one of the little hours of prayer followed by dinner. So yeah, this is basically, they eat early. I should see if Otto was around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working at the guest house below the Abbey. Okay, off we go. Let's see. Yeah, I need to get back down. I need to go through the dormitory to get down. Do. Cloister. It's a large garden. That doesn't feel right. Large garden? Wait. Richard. Oh, crap, I need to go through the, Huh? Good, pardon me. I'm having the bare hands restrained if my life is in danger and I have no choice. Fair. Monastery, Lacorium. Do the church. Do the upper abbey. Boy, I just took a stupidly long way around. To the lower abbey. Hmm?
Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy?
Not really. What are you doing? I thought we could have a pleasant conversation. Not really. What are you doing?
Mind your own business.
Fine, you're right. Only curious, and curiosity is a virtue.
You're nothing but a snoop and a windbag. Piss off. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
All right, fine. Oh, but I do need to get into that guest house. Oh, there's... Andresonato, yay! Found him.
Good day, Master. Good day, Master Mailer.
Ah, Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Andreas. Otto, Clara did give me your message. Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by.
Ah, the abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he?
Even be Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray.
Bless us, O Lord, and these are gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ the Lord, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Have you got anything done? My neck's aching anyway. How did the morning treat you?
Not too bad, thanks.
Oh yeah, I helped you with your smithing.
I have my damned hands splitting timber to replace the old
The old
beam in the abbot's house.
almonds, sheep's milk cheese. We'll have a bite of the rye bread.
It's not that bad in any dream. It just galls me that the abbot blades us dry when we're expected to do work when it suits him.
Almonds. I'll save the cheese for last.
Oh, it's not all that bad. Right. I got a lot of good work done from the abbey. Casting pilgrims' badges, really smithing, but I don't mind.
Anyway, I saw you walking with that Baron Rothfogel in the meadow on your way up here. What was that all about?
He's here to check on the commission. I understand he was friendly with Father Matthias. I think he's here to pressure Brother Piero to finish the manuscript he's working on. Or I can tell he's come to terrorize the people of Tassie and Kirso. He might be here to pressure Brother Piero to finish the manuscript he's working on. I don't like the idea of Brother Piero being pressured by anyone. He's too old for that.
He's a nobleman. Everything must happen on their time. Just like with the abbot. His work as always comes first. The damn common folk.
Well, this abbot anyway. Father Matthias was far more reasonable.
The late abbot was well acquainted with the Baron, you know. He's always had misgivings about him.
What kind of misgivings?
That he fools around with young women. He's married, of course.
Otto, that's only gossip, and that isn't Christian to spread rumors like that.
I saw gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back. Old Rannig. May he rest in peace.
Can't bear the late husband of what's...
Oh!
Oh, God, I had a hiccup.
Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know if he did that. Yes, he speaks poorly of his character.
We had a long conversation on the way up here, but he didn't mention anything about that.
What did you talk about then? We talked about how I'm a heckin' cutie, apparently. I'm a big ol' heckin' cutie. So just friggin' deal with it. The priests say it, the brothers say it, the sisters say it. I'm just a big ol' heckin' adorable kitty cat that hangs out on the stairs. Silencio!
I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Talk to me about my work. He's fascinated by both art and books. Martin Luther, my time at the university, other case, well educated. I can sense my inherent moral quality, Otto. He talked to me about my works, fascinated by both art and books. That is true. Of course, it's what he's interested in when he's at the Abbey. If he's in tassing, I bet he's chasing girls or harassing peasants. And because he's friendly with the abbot, no bad would ever come to him. It's galling.
This bitterness and envy are not good for Christian souls, Otto.
Not envy, Empress. No one should get away with what he does. What this Abbey does.
No offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the Abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are
What?
If people are paying the Abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. No, I understand. It's why people resent the Abbot's rule. He is a harsh lord. Ooh, snap, I'm being offered a sweet treat dessert.
Sorry, just organizing dinner.
Okay, no, I understand whether he's a harsh lord. I think you're being unfair. The Abbey does tasting a lot of good, more than you realize. Ooh. Also, sorry if I didn't say so, but hello, Mighty Sans. How are you doing today? The Abbey does tasting a lot of good, more than you realize.
How did you see that the Briar sheep escaped the grazing fields again?
No, but I'm not surprised. Martin was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job at it.
Speaking of Martin, I saw him just now.
He's always in a foul mood. He should be the laziest soul in Tass, and can't even hold a hammer properly.
Yo, this is a fun choose your own adventure game. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I'm actually glad to come back to it and flex some of my know-how. It's rare for me to look positively at my, albeit forced, Catholic upbringing. So this actually does my soul some good.
On top of that, he's a damned thief, and before you say it, Andres, that's more than just gossip. Look at him over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort.
Roman Catholic. Irish Catholic, and not by choice. More... If I had to pick a religious viewpoint, I guess I'd be somewhere between atheist and agnostic by choice. Undecided. I like looking at religion from a historical and theological multi-theological standpoint. I like the science, history, and study of it. And I just finished saying earlier, no offense to people who are religious. I just personally am not as much as I probably should be at this point. Or as much as I should seem. I admit he seemed less than helpful when I saw him this morning.
I doubt he'll ever amount to much of anything.
Speaking of the bar sheep, their ears are shorn and the women will be spinning soon. Spinning it soon, Otto.
I got interest. No need to feast. What God wants to happen will... No need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen.
Looks like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it.
Right. I'll catch up in a moment, Andres. Oh, and Andreas, say hello to Eva for me, if you get the chance.
Yeah, we saw her earlier.
Of course.
I should return to work in the scriptorium. Until later.
Infidelity?
Time to get back to work. Oh. What?
What?
I'm snooping here. Time to get back to the scriptorium, I guess.
Oh, you.
Hey, Mateo.
God bless you, Andreas.
Hello, Father Mateo. What are you doing out here?
I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Geras's sacrist, I attend to the Shrine of Moritz.
St. Moritz.
He is the patron of Tassing and Kirasu both, so it's my duty to ensure his reliquary is cared for.
The shrine is always so beautifully kept. Whenever I visit, I'm always inspired.
The martyrdom of St. Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You're familiar with the life of St. Moritz, are you not?
Moments, I'm afraid of having to learn everything. I've been reading more about the saints from far off, when Sister Illuminata allows me a book, of course.
I'm surprised you've neglected Tassing's patron, then. He was born in Egypt. You ought to learn something about him while you're here.
By all means.
St. Moritz is the most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of Romans. He protected a ton of Christians from slaughter, and in turn, he and his legions were decimated.
Do you mean annihilated? Because technically decimation means one of every 10.
I don't want to be snobby, I'm supposed to be learning.
What do you mean his legion? Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier?
Yes, he was a Roman citizen and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria.
For those who don't know, Bavaria is a powerful duchy, I never know how to pronounce that one. Roman Empire. It is east of Swabia, north of Tyrol. Tassing and Kirasu sit in an extreme south of Duchy, near the border of Tyrol.
When he refused to kill Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor led his legion massacred.
Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates St. Moritz because he was one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Yes, I've been hearing about the same with the pagan history in town.
Humph. There are some in Tassing who still cling to the pagan traditions, yes. God save them. St. Moritz and his legion snowed into this pass.
Snowed?
Oh, were snowed into this pass, and the pagan townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leader, Satya, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz into a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. And Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains.
What happened to Satya?
She, too, was martyred for her faith by the rebels inhabiting the town. Now her shrine protects Tassing from harm.
What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson, Brother Matthew.
Huh. You're welcome, Brother Master Mela. God bless you.
One more thing. I have a favor to ask you.
Yes, Andreas?
Also, you can give me a pay for the latest manuscript early?
This isn't part of the agreement you made with Father Granau. You'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before.
I only have a few pages left, Brother Matthew.
I'll finish them in the next few days anyways. Can't you make an exception this once? Not without good reason. This abbey runs on mutual agreements, not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble for not only for Kirsu, but for Tassing as well. Is that why Father has Is that why Father Abbot has increased the taxes on the Gertners? What is this about, Andreas? I'd like to help the Gertners pay their taxes to the Abbey. They just have asked me for their rent early so they can... I need the money, brother. I've made a grave error, and I'm in debt. If I had the coin, I'll be able to pay it off. I would like to help the Gertners pay their taxes to the Abbey. That's the truth.
Then plead your case to Father Gunau. It's his decision.
Matter is pressing, Brother Matayu. In the name of Christian charity, isn't there anything you can do? Didn't admit the Gertners asked for help. Ah, damn it. It's giving you pause.
My sacred duty is giving me pause, Master Mailer.
Speak to the Father Gunau. I have no problem paying you early for his abbot, if it is his abbot's will to do so.
God bless you.
Alright, fine, jeez. Anyway, who are these people? I need to get to the scriptorium. In the meantime, I'm getting rained on.
Yuck.
Hey, Sabat. God give you health. Okay, then. In the land of the dead. Oh, I can make an observation. The apple trees have only started to bloom. It will be months before they bear fruit. Apple trees in a cemetery. That's an interesting choice.
Brother Adok, this work. I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed.
Brother Prior, I'm working to the best of my abilities, and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talent, praise be to God.
And Brother Guy, what? Are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you're so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Prior. I will work harder. Piero, I can't believe this. Baron Rothfogel has come to check on your progress, and this is all you have? You should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Well, you're not the one who will have to answer for it. Why should you care? Typical.
God, shut up, Ferenc. You're taking your frustrations on an old man. Excuse me, Prior Ferenc. I believe your point is made.
Andreas, I will remind you that I am the master of the scriptorium, and you are a guest here.
Hey,
I agree. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Piero's work is unacceptably slow.
You are insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh, God, give me the patience to endure this.
Please, everyone. This is my work, and I'll accept responsibility for it. Prior Ferenc is right.
I've returned. Mm. Friar Ferenc, is this mine? It must be, yes?
It is, my lord. I can explain.
No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way, and I have to be honest, I expected more. It's nowhere near finished, and the style is, well, it's very old-fashioned. I thought I made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity towards Kirasul is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story?
No, of course not, my lord. Never. We can fix this. Of course. We only want to accommodate you.
Ah, Andreas, good to see you again. Meow.
Respond to this. The abbot is already annoyed. You know what? Just don't irritate the abbot. Simply address him as my lord would be appropriate. Greet him with his Christian name and the other... You are brothers and comrades in art. True, all men are equal in Christ, are they not? And you know what? Fuck you, Em. Good to see you, Lorenz. Oh, he didn't like that.
My lord, if you please. Father Gnat, why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable.
Well, my lord, why not have Brother Guy completed if speed is your concern?
No, I'm talking about the script. That's fine. But the art, the illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others.
Of course. I mean, if Andreas is all right with it. Takes the pressure off Brother Pierre. I'd be delighted to complete the work. I will have it. I'm trying to finish my masterpiece at some moment. The work was assigned to Brother Piero, and I should not take that away from him, even if he is displeased with it. That would not be fair. Besides, Brother Piero's already admitted to loving his work. Andreas, you would do well to remember who it is that is making the completion of this masterpiece possible. Well, I will do what I have to do. There we have it. I hope this allays your concerns, my lord.
Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at the table for supper?
Naturally, my lord.
Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us.
Well, that would be quite unusual.
Unusual or not, I doubt that my good friend, the Prince Bishop, would deny an additional guest at his table. What do you think?
I understand. Yes, you're right. Of course, Andreas may join us for supper.
I look forward to it.
Douche canoe.
You had this planned.
You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. Oh, go to hell, Ferenc. Or are you mad at me? I'm just trying to... This is beyond ridiculous. Listen to yourself.
Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am.
Yes, you are, and you've embarrassed me, the abbot of this abbey.
Prior Ferenc is right, of course. No wonder we don't get any more commissions.
Guy, can you stop flattering the prior for 1 minute?
If anyone is the embarrassment here, it's you, Ferenc. You're so insecure. You're so obvious about it, Guy. If anyone's the embarrassment here, it's you, Ferenc.
Damn it. I want to say it so badly. Ah, fuck it.
Brothers. If you please, Sisters Dina and I would prefer if you could keep the noise down. Sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here.
Of course. Get back to work, everyone.
Well, that was not wonderful. There's nothing to be done about it now. I'll finish my work here and wash up in the lavatorium before supper at the abbot's table. Oh yeah. I wonder what Frank was doing with this book. From the library to the University of Five Churches, Hungarians call it Peaks. That's where Ferenc is from. Doctor of Theology, Georg Bring. Hi, Rocco. Howdy. Did Ferenc steal this?
Ah, the Speculum Astronomi. Albertus Magnus' Defense of Astrology.
Wait,
Albertus Magnus, renowned 13th century Dominican theologian, philosopher, astrologer, and bishop of Regensburg. A prolific writer, he was known primarily for his work with Aristotle and natural science.
so this guy's slamming on us for books, but he's over here doing astronomy?
Copy bookhand couldn't have been produced by the abbey of this note. Bastard script, Burgundian. Flemish, not from here, not recently. That's definitely Farrick's handwriting, between the lines and the margins. Is he notating the text for personal use? A thorough commentary. What's this? It looks scribbled. Like Farrick to be slow. He didn't let the ink dry.
Oh, this is when he slammed the book.
David Capricornarius, all astrological symbols. What's written below? Greek to be sure.
See? That doesn't make sense. It's not even a word, it's just a jumble of letters.
Must be some kind of cipher, so what's the key? Figure it out in due time, but I copied this all down for reference later.
Anyway, I'm supposed to be joining them for supper, I guess, so to the courtyard and lavatorium. In this case, lavatorium is actually like a place to wash hands. Not just a, well, and a toilet.
Yeah, make stinky.
Because there wasn't such a thing as indoor plumbing, so... like, kind of...
Andreas, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper. Well, the circumstances are unusual, to be sure. I won't be able to speak with you. None of the brothers will, but it'll be good to have you join us.
Oh, that's right. At supper, they take a vow of silence.
Okay. That's a shame. I always enjoy our talks.
No, the same doesn't apply to you at the abbot's table. You can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not take kindly to idle chatter.
I hope I don't make a fool of myself. These men are far above my station. I wish you could take my place, Brother Piero. You deserve the honor. But with an abbot and a nobleman. Anyway, I'm sorry for how Prior treated you. It's not fair. It's humiliating.
Oh, no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. And all we need is a taste of humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. Now, when you leave all of us at Kirsu and the Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron of Rofagel, to help you with your career.
He's wrong, you know. Farrick is wrong about you being slow.
Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will right over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and to God. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I'll see you inside.
Huh. Alright, so now we're headed to the refectory. So right this way.
Andreas, glad you could join us.
Thank you, my lord. Father Gunnar? Father Thomas? Prior Farrick?
Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God."
Oh, the Gospel of...
Oh, the Gospel of Matthew, wonderful.
Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I'll tell you
You are the Potter? That doesn't seem right.
And I'll tell you that you are, Peter. And on this rock I'll build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. Oh, have you read Matthew much, Andreas?
Nothead. It would feel bad to be... I know I'm allowed to talk, but I don't want to interrupt them.
I'll give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gonot, have you read anything by Martin Luther?
Oh, shit. Whoa. I can't say that I...
He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think.
My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoyed our quail on your last visit.
The quail? My God, Father Abbot, the quail's fine, but don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way that I don't think we've seen before. Father Thomas, you see values in his ideas, do you not?
Okay. I like the mixed expressions, like there is clear anger and disgust. Some are smiling, some are quiet, and some just don't know what's going to happen. I feel like this is a situation of there is a time and a place, and right now, we are in the very thing that Martin Luther insulted. My lord, I mean no offense, but I do not.
Brother Matteo, yes, how appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church or the church's sale of indulgences?
Aaron, please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation.
Fine. What about you, Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. Same. There we go.
He's really putting me in a difficult position. Why not join the debate? It may bring everyone closer to understanding the truth. But if he can't handle a little criticism, he isn't fit to sit at the table. Because the abbot will be furious with me, that's why. This is a place of silence and supper. I choose silence.
At 2, Andreas? I expected more of you.
Enough. Lord Rothvagel, you are our guest, held in high esteem. You have worn out my patience. You will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas Thomas Matthieu, or with any other brother. Is that clear?
I suppose, Father, it is your abbey, but you're taking too much offense at this, and you're far too afraid of change.
See, I'm at a crossroads here, because on one hand, this is something that I feel should be welcomed in open discussion, but also we are in a place of sacred worship, and that should be respected. Not to mention these guys signed my paycheck.
Whether it's Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church, and you'd better accept it.
What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change of the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting. It's blasphemous. Outrageous. How dare you?
I see. I have overstepped my bounds. I suppose I've ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. In spite of the unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of the copy of Historia Tessae. If you cannot accept what future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come with terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome. Fathers, brothers, Andreas, good night.
Thank you, Andreas, for not letting him engage you in his debate. No good would have come of it. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out.
I'll take my leave as well. Good night. Don't worry about Father Gernot and the Baron. I'm sure we'll be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself.
That seems unlikely. I think the Baron should apologize if he wants to be a giver. Yeah, that seems unlikely.
It may be so, but we must never lose hope. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of the stay, for everyone's sake.
Brother Piero, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas?
That is for younger and wiser men to decide. I'm just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son.
Huh. Well, unfortunately, it seems I've missed my supper with the truckers. I should get some sleep. There's a lamp still burning in the guest house. Burns must still be awake. I wonder how he's doing. What was he thinking? He's a baron, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. Storm doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. I should get back to the gardeners. But I am curious how he's doing. Oh, I can't just... Yeah, wait, what? Yeah. Huh? Gah!
Are you all right, Master Matlow?
Did you see that? In the aqueduct!
The ghost?
There must be a better explanation than that.
Well, I'm not here to tell you what you saw. Wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts.
Have you ever seen one?
Usually around the ruins. Who knows how many restless Romans lie beneath those stones?
Mm.
Well, I think I found Johan's last lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Malloy.
I will. Thank you, Till. Iris is beautiful. Ah, Columbine. Looks like it's coming in early. Looks like we like flowers.
No! Pale horse, still on the floor.
Hello, are you alright in there? Matins, the pale horse death. Monastic hour corresponding to 2 a.m. It is used for prayer.
The pale horse death?
Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now?
Yes, you are with us, and this is now. I apologize, Andreas. I imagine that must have been quite alarming.
She alright?
She is, yes. Sister Amelie is a mystic, gifted with visions God sees fit to give us. For one. Some are more frightening than others.
How long has she been here?
She's been sealed off in the cells kept next to the church for almost 10 years now. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window in her cell.
Her cell? She is an Anchorist, a religious hermit, so devoted to God that she enclosed herself in a cell next to the church. She is dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religion contemplation. This is a real thing. People who are so devoted, they actually completely isolate themselves from the rest of the world. To some of us, it would seem extreme, but it's, frankly, it's no different than a monk isolating themselves from the world in order to pursue peace and enlightenment. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. Is she local to Tassing, or was she a nun at Kirisu? Neither. She came here from a Benedictine abbey in Lower Bavaria, area after it burned down. I am her confessor and caretaker. Many anchorists are not literate. I write down her visions to help interpret them. I thought all the monks and nuns at Kirisu could read. Even poor brother Volkbert. Huh. I wonder why his robes are white. Thank you. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Ah. Of course, sister. There was a change in status. It sounds like she's in a great deal of pain. She is. She feels a pain that is both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best I can. Sorry, my legs are actually getting cold. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine, harking her joints. I know of no cure to save prayer for the Almighty. Sister Amelie, if she had a vision of death, could someone be in danger? Oh no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the argument at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it has cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, the good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. Good night, Father. Yeah, bedtime is early. Because all we have is lantern light. Let's go ahead and hurry to the farm and get ourselves to bed. Oh, you're so cute. The fact that we get a special guest room just for us. Man, I can. You, Solomon. Oh, yeah, I did get a book tied. It's getting late. I should get some rest. Go ahead and go to sleep. I get a little night. I think Andreas is only 26, so. Time to get back to work. I'm gonna go ahead and. Wah! It's all right, Ursula. Good morning. Do you need any help with Ursula? No, a little crying won't hurt her. Besides, I think we've gotten almost all the leaks now. Ursula is my first child, and she's been a handful, but I think I have the hang of it now. Big Jorg has been a godsend. He helped Christine with Ava since she was a baby. I never took you for a family man, Andreas. Oop. Sorry, I had something in my nose. Oh, Bernie did not like that sound. I'm sorry. I have two older brothers, both married, so there are plenty of nieces and nephews for me to play uncle to. I'm not yet. Just wanted to be helpful. I appreciate the offer. You'll make a fine husband someday, Andreas. Ugh, when will the storm let up? It's been going all morning. Peter and Jorg are outside trying to deal with the flood as best they can. Is the farm in danger? There's always danger with this much rain, but we've lived through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. We must have faith in Providence to endure what is yet to come. Oh, I have some food for you. Thank you. Here, sorry I couldn't prepare you anything more. Thank you. Otto wanted me to say hello, by the way. Probably courting her. Neither are you yet. Why not test the waters? They'd probably be happy together. Say hello, by the way. Oh, he did? Good, thank you. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas. Try to stay dry. Thank you. Good luck. Goodbye, Ursula. Oh? Andreas? The wall's broken. Some storm, huh? Is it always like this?
Every year, but the last few have been worse. This is the third time I've had to fix this wall this year. This is the way it always is. Rain falls in the Abbey, rolls down hills to those little people.
Well, it's hard to blame the Abbey for that. That's just how rain works.
There's a reason we're down here and they're up there, Andreas.
Anyway, I have to get back to this. See you later. I guess I still can't go that way. Okay. To the town commons. Oh, interesting. I can't just walk a puddle.
Hello, Andreas.
Good morning, Andres. So, Otto and Ava, huh?
Yes, what about them?
How's their course of developing? Doing fine. Come on, tell me the juicy details. What's going on between them?
I'm not a gossip, Andreas.
Otto practically asked me to be his messenger. I'm only trying to understand how things stand.
Did he really? Or did you just assume that part on your own? You've started picking up poor habits during your time in testing, Andreas. It can't be the Gertners. Peter's turn.
Maybe the monks talk too much.
Well, if you ask me, I think Otto's being a bit too slow about it.
Oh?
He's old enough already not to be smitten like a boy. They both like each other. Seems to me if you've found the right person, you should go for it. That's what I'd do.
Where's Mistress Schmitten, if I may ask?
Oh, that's a private matter.
You haven't found the right person?
No. I do hope to find someone to have on my side and build a family. God has not given me this blessing.
Worry not. It could be happen at any moment, Andreas. Or Andres. I'm Andreas. Oops.
One hope so. I must be getting back to work, Andreas. Enough talk.
Until later. Can I not just... Wow, I can't manage a measly little puddle.
God be with you, Andreas. Seems we have a good spring storm. I hope it lets up soon.
Good morning. I'm sure to let us soon.
As God wills it.
Oh, Rick, I paid great for last week's pumpernickel. Sorry to make you wait for it. Wow, I don't know where that came from.
It's no trouble at all. Please say hello to Lucky for me.
Of course, now I'm...
Of course, now I'm off to home. No, the Fifers.
Good morning, Agnes. What's going on with the Fifers?
Helena has about a month to go before her child is due.
Oh.
The last one was hard. He didn't make it. God rest his soul. I just want to give her the best chances she can have.
It's in God's hands. Trust Providence. I don't know. I keep changing his voice.
Always, Ulrich, but I'll do what I can to help. Want to make the law do all the work. I must be off now. Good day to you both, Andreas. Stay out of the rain. Well, Helen and I pray for her health. She'll appreciate that, Andreas. Thank you. Until later. Later, Agnes. Sprint, sprint. Wait. Pet the kitty! Kitty. Yes, I stop everything to pet the cat. Now we run. Father, I've said it before, but it isn't good that the water drains here so quickly. It's affecting the foundation. It needs to be looked at. I understand, but if we dig here, we may be disturbing the bodies decomposing in the yard. Of course, Father, but they're going to be dug back up again anyway. Yes, but why disturb the unnecessarily? It's your church, Father, but you can't put this off forever. The foundation is going to crack. I understand. Perhaps some of the bones have moved to the ossuaries. Thank you, Lucky. Good day, Master Mahler. Good day, Father Thomas. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. Oh, we're not. Lucky was just reminding me of the dangers of severe rainfall. All composed onto the foundation. God looks after his flock, but sometimes the pen requires an earthly hand. It will be taken care of. God be with you, Andreas. And with you, Father Thomas. Until later. No, I want to take the meadow. Do 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 do. Oh, hey, Till. Hello there, Master Mailer. Hello, Till. Bumped into any ghosts lately? Ha. Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get sites like these in the cities, I expect. It's hard to believe the Romans built the town all the way out here, and we just let the structures fall apart. Oh yes, the old Roman ruins. Tassing's full of them. Quite marvels they are. I don't pay much mind to writing on them, as long as I can read Latin myself. But you might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. What sort of old legends? Well, when Father Matthias was abbot, he would let me borrow books from the abbey's library. I think he read through half of the library before Father Gernot became abbot. I think I read through half the library before Father Gernot became abbot. He and Father Thomas are strict about which books to be read now. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of the Romans and Tassing are my favorite. The old book talked about the Roman knight Gaius Metellus defeated the Grati, I think it was. Heavy snowfall had him caught in this very valley. Barbarians on all sides. Mars, the Roman god of war, agriculture. Mars representing civilization and peace through military might. Mars sent a wolf to the knight. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it to a magical spring filled with trees covered in all sorts of fruit. Might provided a wolf in the spring, and Gaius Metellus found Tassing after defeating the barbarians in the honor of Mars. That's where all this came from. That sounds a lot like the story my brother Matthias told me. More, it's without the Roman gods, of course. I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into this valley, weren't they? And saved near a spring. I wonder if they're the same story. Oh, I don't know about all that, Mr. Myler. I have a lot of stories mixed up over the years. It might be all fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you're connected to those who came before you, even if it's only the land you live on. Books connect us to the past we could hardly even imagine existed. Well said. It's been good chatting with you, Master Myler, but I better get back to work. You let me know if you find any particular good books in the library, alright? I will, Master Till. Should I give him the forbidden book I found? Martin? Martin? You.
Eat shit, Andreas.
I should get to the scriptorium. Granat will give me an earful if I'm late again. Alright, I'm gonna try to get to the... I'm actually gonna... Oh, I just noticed what time it is. I'm gonna go ahead and save here if I can. And I'm gonna have to call that for now. Hopefully the story will pick up within next week. I'll be here tomorrow for... Oh wait, why am I still recording? Rawr!